This video is sponsored by Prop Shop, the most trusting, reliable sports betting app that you can use. A new user experience for sports betting that hypes up game time excitement. Guys, I'm not the sports betting type, but it was reliable. It was straight to the point. It's easy, and I think easy is a better thing nowadays, but you definitely have to use it. I want to show you how to use it. It got me addicted since the first day I use it, so check this out. The App Store, you download it. There's two ways you can play here. You can play for free on coins and redeem them for real money rewards or real money for bets, which is great. And obviously all of the different betting operators such as Caesars, DraftKings, and MyBookie are all in one app, so the possibilities are endless for you. So I kind of want to do an example of a bet that I'm kind of going to take into closer this week, and between the Cowboys and the Bengals, Cowboys being home at 425. Dak Prescott's out for 4 to 6 weeks. The Cowboys are going to fall apart, and I got to say, the Bengals are going to beat the Cowboys, okay? Now, when you go to that specific game, it'll show you random bets that you can make for the over-under. You could skip certain players. So I did Joe Burrow for 1.5 passing touchdown because the Cowboys defense is going to be gassed. The Cowboys offense is going to just get off the field 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Pretty much most of the game with a backup quarterback. So why not? You do that. You place the bet. The betting slip is up top, and it keeps track of all your bets. You can actually do bet types for rushing, passing, receiving. So I did Joe Mixon, obviously. You could pretty much type in any specific player, which is fantastic. So you can check the betting lines. And as you don't even have to be home for these bets, once you make these bets, you'll have live updates on your phone of how your bet is going, which I think is fantastic. You don't have to be home. You could be out to the movies. You could be doing whatever you want to do, and you'll have a good time doing it. So I want to thank Prop Shop for sponsoring this video, and you guys have a fantastic day and safe betting.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Well, the Eagles, Vikings, Monday night, 2 more days. We got to wait a little bit longer, but a lot going on. I think this is a statement game this Monday. I think, the Eagles home opener. I will be at the game, which I'm actually really excited. I'm leaving for Philly tomorrow, which is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys definitely enjoy. Whoever's going to be at the game, I hope you guys enjoy it. Or whether you're sitting home, I hope you guys enjoy it as well. But, man, some of the news been coming out. Even with the Lamar Jackson stuff going on, I don't know why this news came out today. It kind of made no sense to me. The last thing I want to think about is talking about another quarterback. I want Jalen Hurts to be the starting quarterback. I want Jalen Hurts to be the future quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that's fair to say. It's going to be a lot of fun to go to this game Monday and beat that ass on the Minnesota Vikings. It's going to be a tough matchup. Actually, it really won't be a tough matchup if the Eagles can play good defense in this game. I'm not really worried too much about the offense because I know I think we're going to distribute the ball very well. They're going to play a lot of zone. They're not going to give up the big play. They're going to disguise a lot of coverages with Harrison Smith, and it should be a lot of fun. It should be a lot of fun. So want to appreciate everybody coming to the stream. Thank you so much for coming in, guys. Much love to everybody that's in here. We got Hardcore, we got Rowan Schmidt, George Burwell. What's going on, man? We got Dev MG. We got Drew Prods, what's going on? Rylan Yancey, what's going on, man? Yeah, we haven't really streamed that much. I mean, next week we're going to do a lot of streams next week since I'm not going to be streaming. So I'm not going to be streaming the game on Monday, obviously. I will be at the game. So I'm going to do a post-game stream, and then we'll have the Philly Shakedown on Philly 500's channel that night. But tomorrow night, guys, Sunday night, we're actually going to have the Philly Shakedown. I'm going to be hosting that one tomorrow night, so definitely come by. And we're going to talk about this matchup with the Vikings and other news with the Philadelphia Eagles going forward. So it should be awesome. Ron says, Shakes, I've missed the live stream so much, man. I know, dude. I got to get more into these streams, man. Yo, George says, swole Batman, skinny Batman, fast Batman's going to eat. It was just funny how they named all of them Batman. I forgot who did that. Was it A.J. Brown? Or somebody called him that. But I thought it was pretty funny. What's going on, Mike Halo? What's going on, dude? Jay says, "What's up, Sleepy Boy? That's all I want to call 500." Yeah, he fell asleep on our last shakedown, but he had a long day. So, I hope Dallas goes 8-9, bad enough where they will miss the playoffs, but not bad enough where they get a good pick. Yeah, I get it, man. Like, it's going to be tough. I mean, there's rumors that Dak Prescott's going to be back by the Eagles. What, the first matchup against the Eagles, week 6? I think that's before our bye week. The week before our bye week. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, it's unfortunately, like, there's a lot more issues with the Cowboys right now with Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator and Ezekiel Elliott. I just feel like he just has nothing left in the tank anymore for some reason. I don't think he's been the same, running back for really since he got his new contract. There's a lot going on, man. Like, the division is wide open right now, and the Eagles got to take advantage of what's going on. And look, I'm doing this game to game, guys. I'm looking forward to game and what they could do, but they have to fix their mistakes. 10 penalties on offense. They have to fix that. They got to fix this defense. It's really not even to fix this defense. Gannon just took his foot off the pedal in the third quarter of that Lions game. You're like, being up 17 is like being up 7 points. I mean, to me, that's like being up 17. That's how crazy it is. Being up 17 is like being up like 7 points. To me, that's not a lot. You're being up like, 24, 28, something like that. Different story, but you never take your foot off the gas, man. You just never do that. Yo, Bacon Grizzler, what's going on, dude? I hope you're having a good day, man. Yo, we got Damian Francisco in the building. What's going on, man? Guys, come with the questions, man. If you guys want to know anything or want to talk about anything that you want to, anything, really. It doesn't matter what it is. Let me just put the stream on my phone really quick. Just so I keep track of what's going on. Okay. MG says Justin Jefferson unstoppable. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So what do you think? I heard some people in the comment section that Bradbury might be on him. They could double team him. Our Slade's just going to follow him all around the field. So we'll see. What's going on, John? What's going on, dude? Chris says, I'm going to say this now. The Eagles defense will be on fire all night at the link. Gannon was told to change or he's gone by Howie, believe it or not. I haven't seen that news, but if that's the case, yeah. I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, he even admitted at his press conference after the Lions game, he admitted that he took his foot off the gas in the third quarter. Why? Why would you do that? Dev says the plan, I think, is to slow down Jefferson. Yeah, I think they have to get pressure on Kirk Cousins. You got to see what you got in this 4-man pressure. You have to have 4-man pressure. I don't get how they don't have pressure. And I think part of it is then when Gannon starts playing prevent, your defensive line's not getting pressure. Your defensive line in rotation is getting tired throughout the whole entire game. And it's really annoying. Oh, Slade called him that. Well, that's funny. I think that's hilarious. Apparently, I think they have like a bat, like a Batman type mask they're gonna put on or something. I think that's gonna be cool. He says the same Eagles defense that gave up 35 points last week. It's crazy, man. Paul said Howie is now calling the third down defensive calls per source. Really? There was news. I mean, Nick had his press conference a couple days ago, and he said that Howie Roseman has I'd heard nothing about Howie being involved in the play calling at all, defensively or whatever they're doing. I heard he's not even involved. I heard that he's just moving players from practice squad, whatever rotational guys they have to move around roster-wise. I mean, that's all I really heard that he was doing, but is there really more to that story? Jace Young, Eagles better not piss Joey off because he's going to the Vikings game. Oh, I'm going to have plenty of video, guys. There's going to be video. I'm going to do a live stream at the link as well. I'm going to obviously I want to do the entrance, the guys with the entrances. I'll record all that. I'm not going to live stream that, but I'll record it because it'll be in better quality. So it is. All right. So the Cowboys game is week 6. Okay. So that's a week before our bye week. Drew says, CGJ and Slade double team on Jay Jetta's Epson J. Brad on Len. Interesting. Beggar Irsler, MG, you're always wearing this week-to-week league, right? George says, yeah, going to eat. Devontae goes for over 100 himself this game because so much will focus be on AJ now. Yeah, I think so. So I think Devontae will get his catches. I think Goddard's going to have a good game too. I mean, their linebacker core is pretty good with Jordan Hicks. Welcome back, Jordan Hicks, because I don't think Jordan Hicks has been back in Philly. I don't think he's even played in Philly since he was off this team, really since the Super Bowl. So it's been interesting with him. Eric Kendricks, obviously. John says, that's right, Chris. He knows that Gannon is on the hot seat. Tanner Great says, Slay's interview on the Pivot Podcast is awesome. Definitely would check it out. Yeah, I didn't know he had one, to be honest with you. You said not Epps.
says, Joey, how do you feel about Lamar Jackson? It's crazy. I'm not even thinking about it right now. I put the video out so everybody knows about it, but I'm not thinking about trading for Lamar Jackson, dude. Like, that's the last thing I'm thinking about. We're going into our second game. I'm focused on the season. I'm focused on the Eagles winning the East, winning a playoff game, or maybe even getting further than that this year. I'm not really thinking about anything else besides the Eagles, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, it's way too early. Like, it's cool that Lamar, talked to his family or friends and has named, the Dolphins, Lions, and Eagles to be his top choices because of the situation. So I think Tua and Jalen Hurts are almost in the same situation. Front office puts a lot of weapons around them in a prove-it year. So I guess it makes sense in that aspect. Listen, I'm not nervous I'm kind of nervous how Gannon going to coach the defense. Will he be aggressive enough? I'm hoping he is. I think if he plays the way he did against the Lions, because against a good team, we're getting a comeback win is going to happen. Against a good team, you're not going to be able to stand that. It's not going to happen. So I think he will end up getting fired if he keeps playing like this. He will be fired in season. Jonathan Gannon fired. I don't see why it doesn't happen, because you got some defensive coaches. Like I could, after this year, I could see the Eagles going after Brian Flores. I could see them going after, and obviously having what's his face in the building as a consultant. I'm having a brain fart on the name. He's already in the building right now. So Paul says Jerry's tanking for CJ Stroud and will trade Prescott in the offseason. Ryan says our D will be good versus Vikings. Our D let the pressure versus the Lions. We didn't get smoked. No, I don't think we got smoked, but we let him back in the game. 35 points. That's ridiculous. I mean, you can't let that happen. Vic Fangio, thank you. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I just had a brain fart. Yeah, Vic Fangio is a consultant with the Eagles. So, I mean, he might be stepping in line. He's taking a year off as DC, so he might be in line. I mean, that's a good thing. I love Vic Fangio's defense, and he's very aggressive. I mean, I loved what he did with the Bears between, I think, 17, 18. Thought he did a pretty good job in those couple years. Will says, Gann has another repeat performance on Monday. He's got to go. Yeah, I feel like if he doesn't fix his mistakes, they have to do something. Like it's save your season now before it gets worse later. If they let Gannon still on this coaching this defense for weeks to come, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble. Jeff said, I don't trust Gannon. Eagles are talented enough roster to beat Vikings, but have bad feeling JG will make us look horrible. That's really the only thing I'm worried about is Gannon in this damn game. And it's in Philly, home opener. I'm telling you right now, you're going to piss a lot of people off. You're going to piss a lot of people off that Monday night. MG says week to week, like how Brady won 7 Super Bowls week to week. Chris says, I don't think Minnesota has anyone in the secondary that can deal with AJ or Smith. No, not really. I mean, really between Jesus. I mean, even Patrick Peterson, like the way he was getting burned by Christian Watson in that game, and obviously the big 75-yard walk-in touchdown that he completely dropped. Like, I think Pat Pete's going to get burned in this game. But they're not, I mean, from what we're looking at this week, they're not playing. The Vikings defense is not going to be playing a lot of man. They're going to be playing a lot of zone disguising coverages with Harrison Smith and a few other players. So it should be interesting. Gustavo says, what's your thoughts on Justin Jefferson saying that he was glad he didn't go to Philly? Well, he's got to say that, dude. I mean, what is he going to say? Oh, yeah, I really want to go to Philly, but I really don't like being on the Vikings. Like, what is he going to say? What is he going to say? Of course, I expect him to say that. He's not going to say anything bad about the Vikings. Of course he's happy where he is. Why? You know what I mean? Like, it's just he's got to say that. What is he going to say? David said, how long do you give Gann before he gets fired? Dude, I don't know. Like, I feel like if he does the same thing this game, I don't know. I would let him go before it gets worse. I know it's early, but if you're already seeing the same, no stunts, no blitzes, moving your corners back. I mean, you're up 17 points in this Lions game and you play prevent. It's an eye opener. It's a big eye opener. It sucks. John said, we need Gann to do his thing. Got Dero, so I really want Hurts to work out and be a franchise QB, but we have 2 first-rounders, and Lamar might sign with us, so we look good either way. I mean, we have the draft capital to get it done. There's no doubt about it. You have 2 first-round picks, a second-round pick this year, and you have an extra second-rounder in 2024. So you have the space to do it, but I really hope that they keep Jalen Hurts. I really hope that Hurts works out. That's what I'm hoping.
MG says Jefferson 195 yards and 3 touchdowns. I really hope not. I mean, I think Jefferson, like, I feel like he's going to break 120 yards. He'll probably break 100 yards maybe in the game. As long as our offense is competing with their offense, I'm fine with it. But, I really kind of want to shut him down for the day if they could do that. I'm not really worried about Thielen too much. I mean, even Thielen is still good, but I think obviously Jefferson is the bigger threat on the field. Not even just that, but you got Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison. You got Dalvin Cook's one of the best backs in the league. That's something else you have to look out for too. But if you can get pressure on Kirk Cousins and just get pressure on him, I think he's going to choke, man. I think they can get a win out of this. I think they can get it done. George said Gannon has to have his foot on the gas pedal for the whole game because I believe this will be a close game, and I think the Vikings will try and make Jalen beat them with his arm. And I think he is ready. The only way you beat Jalen Hurts, what teams are going to try to do is they're just going to blitz the crap out of him. That's it. Because really, I thought the offensive line in that Lions game, I thought they gave up. There was some good protection here and there, but they gave up some pressures. They gave up some big pressures in that game, and Jalen bailed the offense out multiple times with his legs. The guy just needs more protection. But obviously, it was the first game. Like I said, there's only so much. A lot of mistakes are going to be made in the first game of the season. The team didn't play week 3 of the preseason. Okay, we haven't seen them since the first series of the first game of the preseason. So, yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Bacon said MG still want that 20-plus time frame, about 9-year break from has 3rd and 4th. Rowan says when Jordan Davis was on the field, it was averaging 2.7 yards versus the run. Yeah, I mean, when Jordan Davis was in the game, I think the Lions only rushed for 14. They rushed 14 times for like 43 yards, which is really good. Jordan Davis was definitely a big accomplishment in that game. And he definitely needs more reps. 21, 22 snaps is not enough. Hassan Reddick doesn't even have a sack yet, guys. This is a guy this is going to be a failed season. If Hassan Reddick has like less than 10s, if he doesn't hit double-digit sacks, Gannon's got to go. I mean, literally, he should be gone before that. But Reddick only blitzed 3 times. He was only in 68% of the snaps. Blitzed only 3 times as a Sam linebacker. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's not enough. Roofs, I give Gann until next offseason. If he does bad, Robert Saleh might get fired, and if not, we get Fangio. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't think they give him till next offseason, man. I think I think it's done. If he's doing the same repetitive mistakes these past 2 seasons or a season and a half, if he gets let go, I don't think so. Yo, brother Rob, what's going on, man? He says sign Jim Schwartz back. Maxwell says, I like our team versus them, but I'm worried about JJ. I mean, he's a monster, and he is. He is. Philly D says Jordan Davis needs 30 or more. He needs close to it. Close to it. Paul said Devon Smith has only 22 catches for 350 yards and 1 touchdown in his 8 games dating back to early as December, believe it or not. That's less than 3 catches and 37 yards a game. Yeah, but what weapons did we have around that right now? You had a young team last year. You had way too many young pieces. You had a first-time head coach, a rookie, technically still a rookie quarterback early 2021 last year because 2020 only played 4 to 5 games. So early 2021, he didn't even play a full season yet. So, you had no veteran wide receiver. It was just too much of a young team. A lot of mistakes were made. So Devontae Smith having less than 1,000 yards is just ridiculous. How they treated Devontae Smith last year was totally ridiculous and disgusting. So John says, Joey, there are 2 defensive linemen on the Georgia defensive line. I could see the Eagles, Kelly and Walker, or Carter, both are D tackles. I don't think they go over after a D tackle next year. I think they go defensive end next year. If Hargrave is probably there's been talks about Hargrave getting an extension, so let's just say he's not getting an extension. You have Hargrave that could leave, Cox could leave, and potentially Barnett could leave because he's going to be coming off of an ACL, which I think he should be gone now. I mean, he's on contract for another year, but I don't think it hurts the cap at all. You could potentially lose Brandon Graham too after this year, unless he comes back for a minimal deal. Then I could definitely see that happening. But as of right now,
I think Hargrave signs his extension. Jordan Davis becomes the starter next to Hargrave, and you have Milt Williams in the back end as the number 3. And then whatever they do at that position, they add another body, or whether it's Rennell Wren or I don't know whoever or Marlon T, whoever's going to be there, probably Marlon T if he plays a lot better. And Brandon Graham, I don't know what's going to happen with him. So potentially you lose 4 defensive linemen in 1 year, which is not going to happen. So I think they go after the best defensive end in the draft next year. That's just me as of right now. Commanders, MG says Commanders will win tomorrow. Yeah, they might win. They might win against the Lions. I mean, the Lions played tough. I got to say, I gave out respect for them. Their fans came out. Their fans came out in that stadium and at Ford Field, and they played tough. So let's see what happens, guys. You never know what can happen. Carson Wentz had a really good game. I thought he played really good the first game, so we'll see. Rhodes, I'm not scared of the Cowboys. They suck. Maxwell says the fact that we are worried about JJ is even more frustrating that we could drafted him. Yeah, I get it, but I think everyone's got to get over it now. Like, we have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith now. So, I mean, I think we're matched up better when we're on offense, just because, you got to worry about Adam Thielen offensively and, Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison. They have a young, good offensive line. I think they have a backup center in this week. I'm not sure. No, I don't think they have a backup center. I think they had a center that had issues last game. He was getting pressured pretty good. So hopefully they take advantage of that. But we have to get over it, guys. Jefferson's great, but we just got AJ Brown just got 155 yards last game. He just got 155 yards last game. Everyone's got to be happy about what we have now. Times are changing now. Rowan says, I'll be at the Commanders game next weekend. Well, dude, I hope you have a fantastic time, man. It should be a lot of fun. Willie says, I hope they keep Devin Cook on the low fire in the back of their mind, just as dangerous as Jefferson. They can't sleep on it. All right, it says JJ will have 90 yards. OTD Cook will have 1 touchdown, 98 yards. Final score 28-24. So a very close game. Rose says, give Jordan Davis more snaps because Cox barely has any gas in the tank. He looked gassed against either in center Ragnar. Yeah, he looked really bad. I don't know. The whole defensive line looked bad. Everybody looked bad. I think they were gassed. Because there was no help playing prevent behind them. I just think they became more gassed over time, and it just didn't work. There says, hi, Joey, watching from Japan. What's going on, man? From Japan, dude? Thank you. All love to Japan, man. Thank you so much, dude. Ryan says, Davis will have more snaps for sure this game. She says, Jahan Dotson, 2 touchdowns, rookie debut. It was a good day. George says, for the love of God, Gannon, please play Jordan Davis more. We have our hands full with the duo of Cook and Madison. We can't let the game start out with 60-yard run, blitz more than 3 times, please. Yeah, I mean the Lions ran down our throats. I mean, it was a 51-yard run by DeAndre Swift. I mean, Swift's good, and that was the one guy I was worried about from that game. And they were down 2 of their best offensive linemen, and we still couldn't get pressure. The only sack that we got in that game was because of a drop ball by Jared Goff that he had to pick back up. I mean, that's how embarrassing it is, really. That said, Gannon needs to bring in the heat and not be afraid to send help to cover Jefferson. Yeah, I mean, I think they'll move, even with Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, they might move him around a little bit too. So he'll be that Malcolm Jenkins piece for us. And, guys, when he played in that Lions game, he only played he only practiced for like 10 days. You know what I mean? So he hasn't really had a full month of, being on this team yet, so he's still a new piece and hopefully does really well. Yo, Jacob, what's going on, dude? We got J.H. Young says, Joey, Jalen Hurts will be the guy. He won't fail. We don't need Lamar Jackson. 500 said that it's a short list for Lamar Jackson. Yeah, it's only the Lions, the Lions, the Miami Dolphins, and the Philadelphia Eagles are his 3 top landing spots. Because if you look at it, I don't know what Jared Goff's contract is up after this year. Is that the case? Is that why he's picking the Lions? Because maybe his contract is up. Secondly, between Tua and Hurts, they're in the same position. I think they're in the same scenario when it comes to having a prove it year, because I think both front offices have done well by their quarterback, building around both quarterbacks, and are really going to, it's a prove it year for both of those guys. So I could definitely see why Lamar would be interested in this situation. Yo, Rock, what's going on, dude? What's going on, bro? Let me move down here. Let me move down just a little bit. D-Rose says calling it Hurts will be a top 10 MVP voting. Interesting. I'm not going to go too far on it yet, just from one game. But if he keeps playing the way he does with some better protection, he's going to be very dangerous. I thought that pass, I love the mid-tier passes, middle of the field type passes. Even the one deep to A.J. Brown, that was perfect. It was a little underthrown, but, he made the catch and he got extra yards out of it. So I'm not even going to complain about it. Bloodshot 44 says, huge home opener. The Slim Reaper is going to have a huge night. Dude, I'm excited. I will be at the game Monday night. I will not be streaming the game, by the way. If you guys saw my post, I will not be streaming the game. Going to do some videos at the link, and we'll have the shakedown Sunday night and Monday night. So I'm going to be putting in more streams throughout the week next week. I'll put in probably 2 to 3 streams throughout the week. Goes, if Gannon does bad Monday night, get rid of him. Try to make a move on Brian Flores if you can't get Vic Fangio. Yeah, Brian Flores and Vic Fangio are probably my 2 top defensive coordinators, probably. Philly D said MG is strange dude. Trolls in the chat. Basically, did you remember when y'all won the Super Bowl? Wait, we got a fight going on. Howie the Magic Man. I love it. I love the picture. Do we have to wait until 2023 to bring a new defensive coordinator if Gannon stinks, or we can get one? I think we can get one right now. I think they can hire Brian Flores. Wait, does he have a job right now? I don't even know if Brian Flores has a job right now. But Vic Fangio is a consultant, so they could put him at defensive coordinator easily if they really wanted to. Now, Vic says he's taking the whole year off, but we'll see. We'll see. John says you should be able to get a DC ASAP unless you wait till the trade deadline, which is when? Week 9. It's week 9 of the trade deadline. Week 9. Ron said we got to remember to use our running game. Green Bay average week 6-7 yards on the ground. Remember, our identity going into this is important. Yeah, and I think, you had 4 rushing touchdowns against the Lions. I mean, I thought the running backs played really well. I had no issue with the running backs at all. Thought they played really good. Miles Sanders, I don't know why. Like, I practiced the other day, which really pisses me off till this day, which I can't stand, okay? They got Kenneth Gainwell going out for passes. Kenneth Gainwell was working with the wide receivers the other day. And I just don't get why they don't use Miles in the passing game. After the rookie season that Miles had with Doug, the way Doug used him, put Miles in imagine Miles in the passing game on top of A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Just imagine putting Miles in the passing game, and they strayed away from it. I don't know why they see more. Why do they see more value in Gainwell? I'm not saying Gainwell is anything. I'm not saying he's got a special run skill set, but Gainwell is productive. But Miles has got to be used better, man. He's got to be used a lot better than. There's so much more you can get out of Miles Sanders than what you're giving him right now. I mean, really, truthfully. But these things do happen. We got a super chat from George Burwell. Thank you so much, man. He says, one player I think will have an explosive day in this game is Quez Watkins. I think he catches a bomb touchdown this game. Also, appreciate everything. Yeah, dude, no problem, man. I'm here every single day to give you the best Eagles news I could possibly give you to my full extent, my full capability up in my brain. That's really not much there. But, yeah, I think, Quez being on the number 3 corner is going to be huge. I mean, he's going to have a breakout game sooner or later. I think he's one of the most underrated players on this roster right now. I think he will get his touches, because 647 yards with 2 drops last year. That's it. And I think he would have had 800 to 900 yards or even more than that if if Jalen Hurts, if his progression was a lot better and his reads were a lot better last year. I think Quez Watkins is one of the most underrated. I think he's one of the most underrated players we have offensively. This isn't a guy that's never had experience. This guy has a lot of experience. He gets better every single year. Because Ahmed says Rager is going to win us the game by fumbling the punt return, and Hurts throws the game-winning touchdown. Just imagine if that happened. Oh my God. Oh, man. Rager talking all that crap, man. He talked crap the other day about he wants revenge on the Eagles. Like, this guy is never going to go anywhere in the league. This guy is just a special teamer. He's the number 4 receiver? He's pretty much the next receiver in line right now. It's trash. It's really trash. Christine says, fire Gannon after week 2 or 3, needs to blitz, and I would recommend doubling Jefferson. Yeah, I think he should get fired after this game or next game. I'm not wasting this whole entire year for him to screw everything up It's not going to, I will not let that happen. Even though I can't do anything about it, I'm just not going to let it happen. Yeah, Rager's still there. Well, Rager's with the Vikings. He's not with us anymore. Paul says Saints beat the Tampa Bay Bucks big tomorrow, who are really banged up. Wide receiver Evan Godwin, Jones, and Arcade all injury. They also have left tackle D. Smith injured. That should be an interesting game. Isaiah says JJ hitting the gritty with Eagles jersey would have been amazing. Can't lie. I get it, but dude, we just got to get over it, man. Like, if you're not happy with the receivers we have, then I don't think some of you guys will never be happy with. I understand it's time has passed, guys. It is what it is. BH said we need to establish the run, especially the RPO game. On established running game will open the passing attack. Yeah, it does. I feel like they have to expand the playbook a little bit more. I think the RPOs are too repetitive to where the more they do RPOs in these games, and I think the Lions made we made it more predictable, and the Lions read a lot. There was a few times where Jalen had kept the ball for himself and had to throw it out of bounds because it was just it's not going to work every time. They're going to read it. And you got to watch out for Zadarius Smith and Danielle Hunter in this game because I'm telling you, they're going to bring a lot of pressure. Those are two guys I'm definitely worried about this week. But I have faith that they can pick up these blocks. You know what I mean? And, we might see a lot of, Jalen Hurts running around come Monday night. So we'll see. The Roots said the Bucs don't have an O-line anymore. No Smith and Ryan Jensen or no Alex Kappa. Chris says Hurts plus 2 first rounders over Lamar's huge contract and antics. Vegas says Rager won't even see an offensive snap. How is he going to get revenge? Ben Simmons of the NFL. Yeah, I agree. Jack says, Joe, you should interview Philly fans when you go to the link. Yeah, dude, I'm not really a big interview type guy, man. Like maybe down the road. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll bring people on the channel and stuff, but because they're early on, Steichen better run the ball, attack the Viking zone early. Yeah, and I think they have the receivers to do it. Even if they don't give up the big play, I think they have the receivers to do it. So there is no excuse for this offense this week, even for any week. I mean, AJ Brown got all the catches last week. Should be great. I said Jefferson is going to feast regardless, but so will AJ and Smith. I totally agree. Derek Stevens says Eagles haven't won a week 2 game since 2016. Is that right? Really? Wow. Live World Cool J says, yes, the RPOs are predictable. Yeah, they are. They're getting very predictable. When you do them every game like that, it's too predictable. See him in the shotgun, Miles Sanders on the side of him, or whoever running back is on the side of him, and it's just the same thing over and over again. Trey Sermon, I don't think is playing. I don't know. They didn't put him in last game. He wasn't dressed. So I don't know what they're doing with him. I mean, I still feel like we need a bruiser back on this team right now. I think they signed an extra tackle this week. And I think that's really it. I think that's all they did. I want to see Covey on these punt returns this week. I'm excited for Covey's going to break one. I got a feeling he's got some smooth running when he gets that ball in his hands. I think he's going to get some yards for us. The Vikings secondary is garbage, though. I don't think it's great either. No, I think their defensive line is good. I think with Zadarius Smith, Danielle Hunter, I think they got a good defensive line. Linebackers are pretty good with Jordan Hicks and Eric Kendricks. Chris Big says, I'm worried about Jefferson. The 2-edge Mulatto was okay against the Lions. He did get beat by Aiden, I think, once, but also will have Lane. But so I think O-line would be good, and Cook is scary as well. But I said, would you be at the Eagles? Will you be at the Eagles Giants December 11th this year? Since you're probably not. No, I don't really like MetLife a lot at all. I just don't. I'm not a big fan of that stadium. I hate going there. It's just. I don't like it. I go there. I've been there the preseason. I've been to a couple games. I mean, MetLife is only like 40 minutes away from me, 35 minutes. So I'm very close to MetLife. David says, but Barnett, will Reddick start defensive end, D-net linebacker? Well, they signed that guy. I think they signed that Janarius Robinson from the Vikings practice squad. They signed him to be a starter this week. A project for the Vikings. He was I think a 4th round. I forgot what round he was. But he's more of a project. He's very lengthy dude.
He's got long arms, big hands. He just has like bad hand placement. He just needs some work. I don't think they're giving somebody more snaps. I think they just added him to get the rotation still the way it is. So he'll probably be the last defensive end on the rotation, most likely. So I think that's what's happening right now. Jared says, if the Cowboys never draft CeeDee Lamb or the Vikings draft Justin Jefferson, who would you want the most? I mean, Justin Jefferson, I mean, obviously I'm going to say him because he's had a better career so far. But I still think CeeDee Lamb's a very, very, very good receiver. Mal says, we are going to smash the Vikings. They will double doink the upright. Legal side also says we should average 40 a game. I'm sorry. Well, I mean, if they average 30 a game, I'm happy with it. If you want to get to the playoffs, you have to put 30 on the board every single week. So, or over that. BH says we need to take advantage of the Vikings center. I heard he's not good. Also, I think if Quez Watkins gets targets, he will have a big. Yeah. So the Vikings center is. I think their offensive line is pretty solid. It's young and pretty solid. But their center, I did hear that there was, he had some pressure issues last week. So hopefully they take advantage of that. It says Lamar couldn't even see. Lamar could have been an Eagle if we didn't give. Yeah, we gave him that second round pick. We moved back in that draft, and I totally remember that. I think it was like the second round pick or something like that. I forgot what the trade was. Paul said Devon Smith has struggled in his last Eagles games. Maxwell says we get to go against Regalor. Oh my God, yes. Our fourth string corner gonna lock him up. Ryan says, yeah, the Viking secondary in their weakness. Minnesota fans really think Patrick Peterson's gonna lock up AJ Brown. It's not. Well, that's why they're playing a lot of zone. Xavier, that's why they're playing a lot of zone, because they got beat last week. I don't know if the game plan did change during that Packers game, but they're going to be playing a lot of zone, so I don't think it's going to be man to man. I don't think so. But if Hurts senses that, it's going to be a long day for the Vikings defensively. So Philly D said we had Wentz when Lamar was drafted, wasn't coming here. Paul said Trey Sermon won't be active on game day until one of the three running backs ahead of him get hurt. That stinks, man. I mean, what if they traded for him? Like, they almost traded for him and they picked him off waivers. So what if they trade for him? They still would have benched him even if they traded for Trey Sermon, if that was the case. Jacob says we need to get pressure on Kirk. Kirk Cousins is awful under pressure. Set the tone defensively early and dominate. Yeah, I think you have to. You have to. Because I don't know, Jared Goff had like I don't know how many. It was like over 2 seconds. I mean, quick throws. I mean, really fast. It's just an issue, man. It's an issue. The pressure is an issue. Up front is a huge issue right now. It's a big issue for them, but it's a big Jonathan Gannon issue at the end of the day. So, as I said, Lamar back up like Hurst and make him starter following year. Jared said if the Dallas Cowboys never draft CeeDee Lamb or the Vikings never draft Joseph, who do you want the most? Yo, Joe, what's going on, dude? Joe's back. What up, Joey Fatboy Shakes? How goes the Slurpees and other otter pops? The Eagles are getting too cocky. We'll see if you guys make the past second round of the playoffs. Bet is on. I'm cocky. How can we not be happy or feel good about this team going forward, man? If they could fix this defense and put the guys in the right positions to win football games and actually blitz and do stunts and do all that crazy stuff to win games, I think they could be one of the most explosive teams in the NFL. Like, I don't know how I can't be excited about it. Randy Gonzalez says, bro, I'll watch you over 500. Thank you for being my go-to channel for Eagles news. Hope you're good, Joey. You get me through my rough days. I appreciate it. Well, I know what rough days are like. Trust me. I've had plenty of those days. I had a rough day the other day. Yesterday was a really, like a couple days ago, pretty bad day, but, I totally get it, but I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it very much. But Philly 500, definitely watch him, man, because he's the best Eagles content creator out there. So appreciate it. BJ, we can't stop Jefferson, to be honest. He can only slow him down by stopping Kirk and getting pressure on him. Yeah, that might be the case. But I think there's a little bit of. I think Slay could cover him. I think he can. But you have to have pressure in this game. There's no doubt. John says Gannon has to get his defense going on Monday night. Broncos are overrated. Bad game plan, man. Really bad. They kicked a 63-yard field goal? Is that what it was? Instead of going for it on fourth down, which they probably should have done. Paul said Teron Jackson, Patrick Johnson will take Barnett's snaps. Patrick Johnson.
Why Patrick Johnson? Hey, he had 1 sack in preseason. Great. I don't know about that. She said, I really think Jefferson is scary and is so cooked. Their edges are kind of scary. Got to worry about it. Yeah, I mean, I worry about Jefferson. I worry about, Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith. Those two guys, whether they're playing outside linebacker or they're going to be on the edge, they're going to blitz. They're going to make Jalen. They're going to make him win with his arm. That's what they're going to do. Let's see. We got Elders Young experience. So we need to stop Dalvin Cook first, and the rest will take care of. Yeah, Dalvin Cook, Alexander Madison. They got 2 really good backs over there. They said, what if Howie got Jefferson and drafted Parsons instead of Smith? Oh, it'd still be good. I mean, I think that'd still be good, but I like what we have now. Joe says, Joe, you think Jordan Davis gets more snaps this game? He was very good when he got the play against Detroit. Yeah, I said it earlier. When he was in the game, I think they ran like 14 times for like 43 yards. I mean, that was good. I mean, I hope he does. I hope he gets close to 30 snaps if they can get him there. We got Sports and Stars of Shade says, watch out for Thielen Osborne, but Kirk has to stay upright for that. Our center sweaty for Bradbury, but he's not very good. You're talking about the center? Yeah, I mean, I watched the press conference with the head coach for the Vikings talking about there was some pressure, a little bit of middle pressure on that center a little bit. So, I mean, look, the Eagles have had issues with getting pressure up front, and they stopped blitzing in the third quarter, being up 17 against the Lions. I mean, this DC, if you don't know about Jonathan Gannon, he's a second-year defensive coordinator that is still learning, but at the same time, I mean, he's got a night and day defense that he had last year, and last year to this year, and it's just not blitzing, not doing enough stunts, it's just not doing enough. We have the roster to do it defensively. We almost choked in that game against the Lions because of Gannon. The Lions caught up 35 points in that game. It sucks, Ron says, I feel like people don't understand, respect how much of a stud Miles Sanders. He is. They don't use him to his full ability. They don't. I'm telling you right now, they never do. How Doug used him in his rookie year, they just never expanded on that. Like, putting Miles in the passing game is the best thing that could happen. We got Lucio Hinoja. What's going on, dude? He said Eagles will have to play a lot better to beat the Vikings. I personally think they can, and we will find out. Yeah, it really depends on our defense. It really depends on our defense. That's it. I'm worried about our defense every week until Gannon's fired. Really, how can I not be worried about the defense? There's no way that Jonathan Gannon left that game against the Lions in Detroit and nobody said a word to him from that front office. That Howie didn't say anything to him in that front office. There's no way that he got away from that. And after that press conference admitting that he took his foot off the gas in the third quarter, being up 17 points is like being up 7 points. I mean, 17 points isn't a lot. Like, you think that's big? No, I mean, it's 2 possessions, but still, like, 1 score and they're back in it. Like, that's the way it goes. We got Nolly Maldonado. What's going on, man? He says we need to run the ball from under center. Pause if applicable. No, I agree. I think they still have to run the ball. Still have to use the run game. Rams will beat the Falcons by 20. As I said, I think Cowboys get a pick trade. Who forgot? We got Sports Stars says Harrison Smith and Eric Kendricks, the Babysitters Club for the Vikes, always having to clean the shit up. Yeah, I didn't really watch the Vikings Packers game. I didn't watch it, but I think they're good players, man. I think they're really good players. I like Jordan Hicks Jordan Hicks was a linebacker that I really liked. He was with the Eagles, won a Super Bowl with the Eagles, and ended up getting hurt week 4 or 5 of the season and ended up getting a ring out of it. But so he says Gannon is not aggressive. That's the problem. Paul said NFL teams rarely have 4 running backs on the active game day roster where you would have 46 players to suit up for game day. Christique says, I really think Jefferson is scary, and so is Cook. Their edges are kind of scary. Got to worry about them. No, I don't know who's going to – I mean, look, I feel like we could win this game. I feel like 100% they could win this game. Jonathan Gannon, the way he's using these players in this defense really scares the crap out of me. It does. So – There said this game is really going to test if JG stays and that this offense is as dominant as I believe they could be. I totally agree with that. Totally agree with that statement. Removals by Davis. It's crazy after the tape. All the team haters Hurts had to. Yeah, I know. There's always fans talking crap about him, though. So rather see Kyron get those snaps. I think they have Kyron listed. I think they have him listed as a linebacker. I don't think he's listed as a edge rusher. As much as I want him on the edge, I think they have him at linebacker. Paul said, Cadrick Johnson's experience at defensive end college is in the year 2, so he knows the system. Yeah, but can he get it done though? Is he as a number 4? Is he good enough? Is he better than Teron Jackson? Is he better than Kyron Johnson if he played edge? That's what I don't know. I didn't see enough of him this offseason. So Ron says, hands down, I'd rather have Smitty and JJ over Jefferson and whatever number 2 we would have paired him to. People need to realize how blessed we are. We are. And people still are pissed about it. I'm totally good with what we have right now. I am beyond excited for what the Eagles have with these receivers this year. I really do. And he says Jefferson will get behind that defense, and Cousins will hit the money. Keo says Kyron Johnson needs to be on the field to replace Barnett. Jordan Davis in the middle, plug it up for free up the linebackers. QQ, so Vikings had their best success in the 1st and 10. That creepily scary. That makes me worried about the first drive of the game. Yeah, because we didn't play good against the run first drive of the game. Tony says CJ Stroud is on track for 10 touchdowns, 700 passing yards in one game, 5 touchdowns at half. Wow. We got Jack Johnson. I think the Eagles will win the Super Bowl, but that's just me. Well, dude, I respect your opinion. I take it game by game. I think they have to win the East. I think they have to win a playoff game. If they can win a playoff game, I think Hurts deserves that contract. I think he will get it. If they don't win the East, it's going to be embarrassing. If they can't get into a wild card game, if they could do something from a wild card game, and do something special, then it's a different story. But there's a lot of expectation this year for the Philadelphia Eagles. A lot of expectation. And he says Dalvin Cook 200 yards and a touchdown. Jesus. I hope not. Ryan said it's going to be hard to win because Rager has revenge on his mind. Yeah, it's going to be so hard to win. But the Eagles will be the Vikings. Keep dreaming, Big Joe. Oh, we'll beat the Vikings. You don't think they'll beat the Vikings? Sports and Stars with Jade says, great takes and knowledge, dude. First time checking out your channel as a Vikes fan. The game on Monday is concerning. I appreciate you coming by. I think it's going to go back and forth. And I think the Eagles are going to make mistakes. It probably will happen again. I hope they clean up the mistakes. If Eagles start making mistakes, the Vikings are definitely going to be clear to win this game. As much as I don't want that to happen, but Eagles have to clean up what they did last week. They had 10 penalties on offense. That was horrible. I have faith in this offense going forward. There's no doubt about it. Defensively, that's where my trust lies, of not trusting Gannon. My trust lies where I'm really trying to trust him, but I don't know if I can. That's going to be the problem. I appreciate you coming to Sports and Stars with Jay. Thank you so much for coming in. Mike Krivak, what's going on, dude? I think the game will be good. Gauge of improvement of Hurts. I hope so. Really improved from Hurts. I thought he had a good game regardless. I thought he was fine. Really, if it's play calling, it's Steichen calling the plays of what he wants. With a formation that they're in, whatever Steichen calls is what formation that they're in. So, I thought Hurts had a good game. I thought Hurts was fine. You know what I mean? I got to see more of a passing aspect to this game when it comes to distributing the ball to these other receivers. And I think other guys will get their catches, so I'm not really worried about it too much. Tony says, Bills defense blitzed 0 times against the Rams. Fans, stop talking about Gannon already. Well, yeah, dude, that's what happened with our Super Bowl in 2017 as well. That Super Bowl year, we barely blitzed. You had a 4-man pass rush, easy. You had Malcolm Jenkins, that Band-Aid piece that was moving all over the field. He played multiple positions. So, with 2 corners that weren't the best in Ronald Darby and Jalen Mills, you had Malcolm Jenkins kind of bandaging up your weaknesses in that secondary, which I think Chauncey Gardner-Johnson could do for this defense. But you need pressure with that 4-man front. I need to see it. It's not enough. It's got to get better this week. If there's no pressure from the defensive line this week, I don't even know what to say. I really don't. I'm so bored waiting for the Eagles game that I was watching the Eagles versus Vikings game in Madden without controlling the players. The game was so close. Paul said Broncos picked up Anthony Harris to replace the injured Justin Simmons. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised over it.
He said Vic Fangio would be perfect fit for us. Very aggressive, which is what we need. Yeah, I think he's definitely in line. Maniac Matt, what's going on, dude? So Miles should be used just like we did Westbrook, in my opinion, because of not you're shortchanging the team, period. Go Birds. Yeah, I mean, if they could turn him into that, like Westbrook, being in the passing game, how Doug used Miles Sanders his rookie year was absolutely amazing. So I think they have to try to do something. I really do, man. They have to give it a shot. They really have to give it a shot and put Miles in the passing game. I mean, at least they're doing it with a running back in Kenneth Gainwell. But I think Miles just has more. He's just more athletic. He just has more to bring to the table than Kenneth Gainwell does. I'm not talking crap about Kenneth Gainwell, but Joe Lomax says if Gannon has another letdown like he had in Detroit, how loud do you think fire Gannon? It's going to get bad. It's going to be bad. And I'm going to record it. and I'm going to record it. It's going to be really bad. It's going to be bad. Eagles said, Joey, have time of your life, man. Appreciate it so much, man. Yeah, this is the only game I'm going to. So I'm not going to be streaming Monday. I'm going to have a post-game stream and then obviously the Philly Shakedown that night. So I'm going to have more streams next week. We're going to add a couple more streams next week. So it should be fun. Isaiah says, A.J. Brown, 3 touchdowns. Tony says, C.J. Stroud and Philly would be unstoppable. Leon Mock says, we need to play press man coverage. Tony said, pass at 5 passing touchdowns. Good. That's what C.J. Stroud has at the half. Has Hurts ever thrown 4 touchdowns in a game? Ever? I don't think so. If I could remember, I don't think so. No, don't think so. JB says C.J. Stroud is not gonna pay the whole game. Chris says CJ is great QB. He's in college though. We got Brian Donahue, man. What's going on? He says it could be special, slow and steady. Both sees the ball again. Yeah, it's unfortunate, man. Willie Jack said, I hope the Birds can break the week 2 curse this year. Paul says, I have the Vikings winning 31-27, an exciting game. And I said, oh, yeah, we are going to win. We got Vincent Salamentino. What's going on, dude? He said, Hurts was a top 5 Heisman voting 3 different times in college, but you're over there talking about CJ Collar's stats. Yeah, so Rip. There's no shakedown. We moved the shakedown to Sunday. We're trying to keep our promise here because since the game is Monday, we're moving it to Sunday night. This way, it's the night before the game, and all of you could join the stream Sunday night. So I'll be hosting that stream Sunday night, tomorrow night. So that's why the shakedown isn't tonight. We moved it up because of the game being on Monday. If it's a normal Sunday game, it's going to be Saturday night. But because it's Monday, and obviously when we have a Thursday night, it'll be Wednesday night. So we'll be moving around a little bit. So. Tony Verts, who says C.J. Stroud will be 300 passing yards, 3 touchdowns every game at Philly. Hurts is typically 200 passing yards, no passing touchdowns. We got Joseph Thace. What's going on? He says, Flagel Slide. Thank you so much, man. I am ready. For this game. It is going to be a lot of fun. I am excited for it. I am down for it, and we're ready to roll. We're ready to move on. So it should be a lot of fun. We have 177 in the chat. Appreciate it being here. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you guys have not, like the stream if you guys haven't either. We are ready to go for Monday night. We are ready to go. I will be at the game. I'm excited. I'm going to be recording a lot of stuff, so it should be a lot of fun. So definitely subscribe if you guys have. Like the stream. Check out the memberships in the pinned comment. And check out our sponsor for this video is Prop Shop, most reliable and trusting sports betting app that you can use. Very easy to use. Check it out. The link is in the description for Prop Shop. So thank you for the sponsor very much. And yes, Flagels fly, ready to go this week. Joseph says, how you doing? I'm doing good, man. I'm ready for Monday night. I'm ready for Monday night. Joseph says we need a lot of screen passes. Yeah, they'll do screens probably, most likely. Yo, GG, what up, dude? What's going on, man? I hope you're having a good day, dude. Darius says, who calls our offensive players? Shane Steichen does. And I said, do you think the Eagles would offer Lamar Jackson a contract? No. I mean, look, I don't know if their plan is to go after Lamar Jackson if Hurts doesn't pan out or they go into this draft. Either or, you're giving up a lot of picks. It doesn't even matter. You're giving up a lot of picks regardless. So, Brian Donahue says, Miles is bigger than people think. He's a stud having gone that game. They got to put him in the passing game, man.
They got to put him in the passing game. There's no doubt about it. We got a super chat from Jose Gonzalez. Thank you so much, man. The Eagles will teabag their way to 6-0. Teabag their way. I hope they win this game. I do. They have to stop. The run game kind of worries me too with having Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison. I think it's gonna make me nervous a little bit. The way they ran that 51-yarder on us at the beginning of that Lions game, that really pissed me off. How they were just running down our throats. Really didn't leave a good taste in my mouth after that. So kind of crazy. Jeffrey Harrell says, if we are going to run the reps, they need to be quicker. We need to be speed up the process of either handing it off or passing. Well, I don't know if it's the speed, but I mean, I think Hurts is pretty good at kind of tricking us, because there are some times where he tricked me a few times on those RPOs, so I totally get it. I get it. You know what I mean? But I think the distribution's pretty good, but they're just doing it way too much. I just think the offense becomes more predictable throughout the game, and they're going to read it, and we're going to see Jalen Hurts running for his life and throwing the ball out of bounds and wasting downs because of it. It's a good tool to use for red zone. It's a good tool to use for, third and shorts, second and shorts, whatever the case may be. We got Joe. He says, I'm getting tired of people bitching about Lamar Jackson running, but are happy when Josh Allen does. Joe says, Fat Boy Hurts is just Diet Coke. Russell Wilson, he's mid. Philly D says Sanders will go off this week, 120-plus yards and a touchdown. Hey, I hope so. If a running back could do all the work this week, why not? I got no problem with it. Joe says, what's the difference between Hurts and Lamar? Is a little better at passing, but not too much. No, I would say it's a little bit of an upgrade with the passing, but I think Hurts is – I got to see – we've only watched one game, guys, and we're talking about Lamar Jackson. We need to just watch this season and just get this thing going. That's it. Just get this thing going. Philly says Cowboys might lose another quarterback against Cincinnati. If they lose anybody on that offensive line, won't be able to keep him staying up with backup. I don't think he's going to stand up even more right now with a backup. To be honest with you, your boy says, "Up, Joey. Eagles will be fine on Monday. They have made many of the adjustments. I hope they do, bro." I'm telling you right now, if you go into the second game, there is no way that Gannon came out of that Lions game and he wasn't talked to about his play calling and how crappy it was. There is no way that somebody they didn't say a word to him whatsoever. There's just no way. There's no way he got out of that scot-free. Free Arles, yeah, I agree. At no point in running an RPO second and 12 at your own 30-yard line. Leon said offense and defensive line needs to dominate the trenches. I totally agree. Totally agree. We got a super chat from Jose Gonzalez. Thank you so much, man. He says Andre Dillard will play better than Rager. Well, Dillard's still out. Dillard is still out. So, I mean, apparently he's got like one of those soft casts on now. He doesn't have one of those he doesn't have like the hard cast on. He has like one of those like softer casts on his arm now, or whatever it is. I think his arm or whatever his injury was. Yeah, his stress fracture. So looks like he's going to be okay, and he'll be back in a few weeks, most likely. He'll probably be back for the Cowboys game, mostly to be our backup left tackle. So we'll see. Friolo says, what are your thoughts on Dean getting only 3 defensive snaps? I mean, it's highly likely that was probably going to happen unless he was using some blitzing packages, which I thought they were going to use him for that reason. But, I think it's going to take – because I think what's going to happen is after this year is you're going to sign either Kaiser White or TJ Edwards to a big contract or a mid-tier contract, something. I think Kaiser White will get signed to a mid-tier contract, and then Dean will kind of rise up by next year. And I think he'll have more chances. I think he'll make plays this year, but I don't think he's going to be the focal point. He won't be the middle linebacker this year. I think they're going to, get him into this defense slowly, acclimate him to it a little bit more each time. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Just give it more time. Oh, that was the joke. Okay. I was like, wait, Dillard's not playing this week. Joe says Hurts is better than Tua. I can go into a Disney line for Enchanted Mountain, get a Slurpee, and a ride the ride before he throws in the pocket. That is fun. Oh, his whole name too. Oh, Jesus. Freedy Harlow says Jordan Davis definitely needs to play more snaps this week. I totally agree. Marcel Carter, Joey, my guy, if Gann doesn't change stupid prevent scheme, then I'm calling Vic Fangio myself and telling him to report to the link Tuesday morning. That might be the case. That might be the case, dude. If I might be done with Gannon after this week. There's no way I'm going to give this guy, let's just see what he does the third game. Let's see what, if I see the same repetitive mistakes, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a huge problem. So I'm hoping that he could stand up. I hope so. Yo, Vega, what's going on, dude? He says the only issue is that defense. We have all that talent, only one sack. We need more sacks and use Radical Bear. That one sack was so embarrassing, like because Jared Goff dropped the ball. Like that was the only way they got to him. They didn't move him out of the pocket. The only time they moved him is when he scrambled for that first down. Like every time the Lions blitzed us, Hurts is running for his life, and Hurts having to bail out this offense. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. Joseph, thanks for the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, love your content. I appreciate it, Joe. You've been around a while. I do appreciate you sticking around, dude. And we have a lot more content to go over. So hit the gritty. What's going on, dude? Joseph says, I'm going to the Dallas and Philadelphia. You're going to, you're going to have a good time, man. Hope you have a really good time. Free said, my dad tried running Gannon's cover 2 prevent scheme in Madden and lost by 90 points. Oh, man. Philly M, what's going on, dude? He says the Eagles' defensive coach needs to stop coaching like an idiot. He refused to send more than 4 if he changed his coaching style and stopped paying so passive he could do big. I'm telling you, there is so much talent in this defense. Like if he could just start doing some stunts, some blitzes, like that second quarter, that Lions game, I love that. I want to see that. Linebackers in coverage, like guys making plays. Like, look at that pick 6 by Bradbury with Kaiser White, getting that deflection. Like, shit like that is really exciting. Like, God, like all he has to do is just fix that. And why this defensive line is just, there's just something going on. Like, how are you with on paper, how is this defensive line getting no pressure? I think about it every day, every night, every time I wake up, every time before I go to bed. Like, I just say, how do they not get pressure? Are they not attacking? Like, what are they out of shape? Like, what is the problem with this defensive line itself? Take the blitzing out of it and the stunts, just itself. It's crazy, man. Thus, I predict Hurts will have 0 touchdowns thrown Monday night. So he said all he had to do was blitz, play smart, and play Davis and make Reddick rush a lot more. Reddick only rushed 3 times. He blitzed 3 times. There's so much tape on Reddick between being with the Cardinals and the Panthers when he was – I'm not saying that he played more percentage of snaps in coverage, but this man was a lethal – this guy was a weapon. This guy was a lethal weapon on that defensive line, on the edge. And you only blitz him 3 times as a Sam line. At least just as a Sam linebacker, you blitz him 3 times. I saw some plays where he was very physical and he was knocking guys down, but he just wasn't getting to the quarterback. Nobody was. Nobody's helping out the next person next to him on this defensive line. It's really sad. It really is. We got your chat, Jose Gonzalez. Thank you so much, man. If Prescott doesn't play, do Eagles obliterate them? I think they win. Not having Prescott, they could win that game, but the Eagles have to play well. The Eagles defense has to play well that week. Hopefully Gannon is not here by that time. Look, if Gannon plays overwhelmingly well in this Monday night game, then I'm going to feel really good. But at the same time, I'm going to want to see consistency. I'm not going to see him play good in that Monday night game and then go back to his old ways again against Carson Wentz in Washington. Okay, that I don't want to see. That's a big game. They win this Monday night game. They go into that Washington game. That game's going to be big because both these teams could be 2-0 coming out of this week. That's going to be a big game for the NFC East. Your first NFC East opponent, you got to win those games. Joe says we need to give Hurts this year to prove you. I don't know. Yeah, you have to give Hurts this year, but that's it. You're giving Hurts this whole entire year. Leon, content is good, bro. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Leon. Thank you for coming in, man. Shug says, what games are you watching tomorrow? I'm definitely gonna watch probably everything NFC East. I want to watch the Cowboys, Bengals, like really. What is it? The Giants and Panthers, I think. Yeah, Giants, Panthers, and I think it's Washington and the Lions. Definitely gonna watch NFC East before anything. So, yo, Jock, what's going on, dude? Eagles Land says Gannon appears to have laid back personality, no fire. He coaches defense the same way. Yeah, I don't know, man. At least he's honest and humble about what he does. At least he's not lying to our faces during these press conferences. The man literally admitted he took his foot off the gas in the third quarter, being up 17 points. He literally told us that. I don't know. QLC, I never seen a DC call prevent scheme with the lead. Gannon needs to be fired. I totally agree. I totally agree. You're making me want to fire him even sooner, and it might be after this game Monday. It might be after this game because I'm telling you right now, I'm literally gonna put a video of myself in the stands, like pissed off, like of what I've seen in this game. I'm telling you, Roz. I'm surprised we have so many Hurts haters when he's giving his all to tell your supposed favorite NFL team to win. Y'all are something else. Nathan says, "Are you tailgating?" I will be there. I will be there. Let's see here. Freddie Ellis says maybe lack of pressure, lack of good coaching, teaching them good technique out of shape because of no contact practice. That could be it. That could be it. No contact practice is probably the number one thing because these guys could not freaking tackle, dude. They couldn't tackle. They couldn't do anything. Nothing. Why is Nick valuing these joint practices over preseason? And why are these training camp practices just an hour and they're so like light? I mean, look, we're 100% healthy going into week 2, besides Dillard being out, Tyree Jackson being on IR, whatever the case may be. Okay, we're healthy going into week 2, which is great, but it could be maybe they just have to get used to playing in a game this year. I don't know what it is with this defensive line, but I could totally believe that, Freedy. I mean, that's probably perfect, to be honest with you. It's probably perfect. Joe says nothing hurts those 2 touchdowns on Monday. Let's say what's going on, dude. He says now Eagles will lose against the Vikings. Of course we will. I think if it was up to you, we'd lose every single week. So I get it. I totally get it. It's Mark Holmes thinks that the Cowboys would have been good if they didn't pay Dakota. He just admitted they're bad. Here's what I don't get about these Cowboy fans. Okay, we've had bad seasons. When Cowboys lose Dak Prescott for 4 to 6 weeks. Okay, like I see, and look, I'm not trashing Mark Holmes because I do watch his stuff and I like it. Okay, but like these Cowboy fans, they complain about every Dak is gone, and I see guys making videos on CeeDee Lamb is not great. Like all these videos are coming out on this whole roster, like they're just dogging the whole roster because of this quarterback. This quarterback is not good. Dak is not a good quarterback. He may be a choke artist, but the guy can get the ball to his receivers. I could give him that much. Okay, so I get it, but the way I saw Mark Holmes making some of these videos, like the past couple weeks, like the past week, and I'm just watching all these, and I'm just like, dude, like there's just no faith. Like your quarterback, look, if Cooper Rush could win some games, maybe they can. I don't know. There's no blueprint on Cooper Rush, so he might go into this next game against the Bengals. Maybe they beat him. Maybe Cooper Rush and the Dallas Cowboys beat the Bengals. It might be a joke, but Joe Burrow didn't have a great game in that first game either. You know what I mean? So anything could happen. They might get him back in time where they can maybe make some noise. I don't know. But now they're crapping on the whole entire roster after all the cockiness this offseason. And, it's showing now. Like one guy goes down. Like we had a quarterback go down in that Super Bowl year. And I didn't know what was going to happen. But, you know what I mean? Like much respect to that coaching staff, much respect to us, what we did that year, because we were without a linebacker, a left tackle, Chris Marigo, special teamer, Darren Sproles. I mean, you name it, like we didn't have it. It's just absolutely insane. It's insane. Let me catch up with these real quick. Hold on. I'm way behind here. Why am I way behind? Nas TV, thank you so much for the super chat. I said, when I realized the Eagles were 87 overall, man, I knew it was time to fire Gannon, but keep up the great vids, bro. I appreciate it so much, man. No, but I don't play Madden at all. I really don't. I can't stand Madden. The game needs to change before I start buying that piece of garbage anymore. But the Cowboy fans are worried. Like, I've never seen them this worried before and so down on their team. Like, it's kind of like, I'm kind of happy when I see that because of all the trash talking that was coming this whole entire offseason. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Jock says, Joey, I got your back on the spin. I appreciate it so much, man. Yeah, just block it if you can. We got super chat from Jose Gonzalez says, which lineman do you think is hung like Goldberg from the longest yard? I'm going with Mulatto or Johnson. Jurgens is all taters, no meat. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Goldberg was one of my favorite wrestlers back in WCW days. But we got a super chat from Dougie Fresh. Thank you for the super chat, man. Much love and appreciate it so much, dude. Didn't say anything, but I appreciate it very much. Dak was horrible. I gotta say, the Cowboys defense played pretty good. Like, I thought they held the Bucks pretty well, but they were forcing the ball to CeeDee Lamb. Like, they were forcing way too much, and their offensive coordinator is just, the play calling is horrific. It's bad. I mean, I think they're going to lose their whole coaching staff. McCarthy, I don't know if he gets fired, but I think they lose. I think they get a new offensive coordinator next year. I think Dan Quinn is gone. He almost had a head coaching job this year. I think Dan Quinn is definitely going to be gone after this year. There's no doubt about it. Dan Quinn is gone. So, and Dak, I don't know if they keep him for another year, man. I don't. Since, what was it, 2018? 2018 was probably the best year they could have made a run. 2018 was probably the best year. I think that was the playoff win against the Seahawks. That was the best. That was the year they could have won. That was the year they could have made a run. I thought the past two seasons, I thought Dallas had a good enough roster to make a run, but it comes down to when they get into the playoffs, they have this curse. I don't know what it is. They just have this curse. I would never get it. PPR Killer says Vikings are going to take a poop on the Eagles. Well, I don't think that's going to happen. Shug says the Lions O-line is really good. So if we struggle against the Vikings O-line, then we have a problem. Oh, the Vikings O-line they're young and it's solid. Their center is not great. You know, he allows a lot of pressure. So hopefully you take advantage of that. Hopefully they take advantage of that. Isaiah says Cowboys fans know Lamb is not a true number one. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. So if Devontae Smith doesn't play in this game against the Lions, does A.J. Brown get 155 yards from that game? Because there's definitely, you had Jeff Okudah on Devontae Smith, which I thought Okudah would have been on A.J. Brown, but I think I get it because you have size on a more agile, really fast wide receiver. So they want to put size on small. So I totally get that. You know, I get it. Jock said, which Eagles player is going to swap jerseys with Rager? I can't wait to see that. That should be interesting. Smoking Flavors says, do Eagles fans really believe in Hurts? I think a good part of us do. Yeah, I do. I have a good gut feeling about Jalen Hurts this year. But, you know, it's to be determined for me. I mean, anybody's concerned about Hurts, like there are people in the chat right now probably hate Hurts. I respect everybody's opinion about Hurts. You know, he's our quarterback. I got to support him. I have no choice, but it doesn't mean I don't want him to succeed. Like, I think he's got the makings to do it. I feel like there's something there with him. His effort, his mentality, his leadership, gravitating players towards him to want to play for him and play with him. Okay. It just has to match his play at the end of the day. It just has to match it. Hey, Chris, I actually wish Dak wasn't hurt because he was playing bad in that game. Let's see. We got Jose Cenero says Dallas lost against Tampa team that didn't look. No, they both. I'm telling you, like the first week of the NFL was a total disaster. A lot of teams didn't play good. A lot of teams did not play good at all. You got Willie said he falls short from crying. One HP says hopefully Cowboys don't get Sean Payton in 2018. That's the same reason they traded for Amari Cooper. Yeah, Sean Payton's going to be coming back to coaching next year. It could be him. But the problem is Jerry Jones is the president, the GM. He's everything. So Sean Payton is not the type of coach that takes orders. He makes his own decisions. I don't think you have to be a yes man as a head coach for that front office. Okay, you have to be a yes man as a head coach. I don't know if Sean Payton is that type of coach that's going to listen to everything from the Cowboys. I don't think so. So, it could go different ways, but KLC says, go fund me for a new DC ASAP. Yeah, it might be. Joseph, I'm getting ready to watch the Hurricanes game. Christian says, what makes you think Vikings are going to lose? It's because I feel like if the defense plays up to par this Monday night, I feel like they could beat them. If they don't, we're gonna put more pressure on our offense, and it's gonna be a chess match back and forth. That's what it's gonna be. I don't want it to turn into that type of game, unfortunately. So I don't want that to turn into that. So we'll see. We got Tazzy's 117 kicks. Says Vikings versus Eagles should be a good game. I think it's gonna be a great game. I can't wait to go. I'm pretty pumped. Free says, CeeDee Lamb is a slot receiver. He is not a wide receiver outside God. He's a complimentary piece that needs other guys to open up for him. I agree. I think it showed that, yes. I think it definitely showed that. Philly says Tampa would blow them, but Parsons is an absolute stud. I mean, losing Amari Cooper, not just that. They didn't get a receiver in free agency, which I'm shocked. I'm shocked they didn't trade for a receiver. But the problem is your quarterback is making so much money right now. Ezekiel Elliott's getting paid $18 million, and he's not the same. Tony Pollard is probably the better back, most likely, because he can at least catch the ball out of the backfield. He can do just so much more. It's just, I don't know. I thought they should have added another. Who's the other receiver they lost? That went to Miami. I keep forgetting his name. He was a stud. I thought he played really good. I thought he played really well for the Cowboys. The guy that went to Miami. What's his name? Somebody say it in the comment section. I really do appreciate it. Felix said, keep an eye on your comments. Yesterday, I was looking for looking at one of your video 500 had his OnlyFans link in one of the comments. It's all good. He wants to kind of, he's got the, what is it called? We call it all the time. The squat cobbler videos. You got to watch Philly 500 squat cobbler videos. Oh yeah. Cedric Wilson. Shout out to Jock. Shout out to who that dude, Jacob, Freddie, Freedy. Yeah. So yeah, Cedric Wilson was a really good piece for them, man. And he showed up, man. They lost two good receivers. I mean, with Amari Cooper, was he good? Yeah, but I feel like he took off a lot of games too, and he was injury prone a little bit. Green says, oh yeah, Joey, what do you think about Lamar Jackson having Eagles on his list? When I saw this news, I can't even think about a quarterback right now. We're going into our second game of the season. And how can I even think about a quarterback? I mean, yeah, it's cool to see, but I'm all in on Jalen Hurts this year. And if he fails, he fails. It is what it is. It is what it is. I have a good feeling about Jalen Hurts getting this team to where they have to be. But I hope Gannon doesn't ruin this. That's why Gannon has to be fired after this game if he doesn't pan out. If Gannon does the same repetitive mistakes, because this defense is going to affect Jalen Hurts and his productivity. It's going to affect Jalen Hurts. There's no doubt about it. He can't have comeback wins he can't catch up every single game. You can't do it. You can't do it this year with him. I got to stay hydrated. Lamar going for 5 touchdowns. Book it. Jason, I don't believe in Hurts. And that's, Ben says Hurts is the future. Yo, Wombat, what's going on, dude? What's good, Joey? Squad, go Birds, baby. I'm ready for Monday night. I will be at the game. If you guys want to come over, say hi. I'll let you guys know where I'm at. Just don't kill me. Joseph says, I agree. Jock, Cooper Rush only start was versus Vikings and Cowboys won. Jerry likes his puppets. Dude, I'm telling you. Larry says the loss of Dak was cool for a split second until my homie was joking about them getting changed Stroud next year. Yeah, but are they? I don't know. I don't know if they move up to get a quarterback. Who knows? That they tank the rest of the season, they could be in progression to do something. If Dak comes back, okay, whether he comes back for the Eagles game, which I doubt it, but we'll see. If Dak comes back, do they even play him the rest of the year when it's a losing year for them? Just say they're in the hole way too deep and they're just not going to be able to make the playoffs, where it's just too late. Do they even play him this year? That's going to be the question. I don't know if they do it. KLCC says setting up a protest out in front of Novacare if we don't fire Gannon. Mike says Rager statement game. Yeah, right. Worst behavior says Dallas might be trying to get Stroud. Gunner says man, Gannon has me worried with our stacked roster. I'm telling you, it's worrying the crap out of me, dude. Joe said I got a good feeling about this game. Jacob, what's up, dude? Christine says we played twice last week, Monday and Sunday of that week. If that makes sense, my bad. Oh yeah, no, it does. Yeah, so we have less time to prepare, but I don't think it's too much of a big deal. I say Eagles win, but I don't think y'all could stop Jefferson. No, we'll see. We'll see. I think they could get it done, but we need pressure on Cousins. You don't have pressure on Cousins, you're not winning that game. You're not. You're not winning the game. If I see a totally different team defensively, especially if we at least can get a pass rush with our front four, I'll be happy. I know things are going to be clicking. I know the Eagles are going to get some turnovers. It's going to look really good. Why not? Why the hell not, dude? KJ, if our corners play 10 yards back, no sacks will come again. QB will always take what we're willing to give them. Got to make Cousins work for it and stop playing scared and get beat deep. Free said, Better Call Saul is a top 5 TV show of all time. Yes, 100%. 100%. Missed that show already. Jack said, plus James Washington broke his foot for Dallas. And Curse is out. Isn't Curse out for the whole year too? Didn't Curse get hurt? Their safety? I thought he got hurt as well. I mean, they got a pile of injuries now. They got a pile of injuries. I'm hot as hell right now. They got a big pile of injuries. I got this horrible hair. Cookie said Jalen Hurts going to get exposed when he gets pressured. I don't think. Well, he's been pressured already, and he's done fantastic from getting pressured. I don't exposed. I don't get it. Where it says, I think the Eagles win versus the Vikings, but lose to the Commanders. I want them to win the next. I want to sweep the Washington this year. I want to sweep Washington this year. I'm sorry, but you wait till this coming week with Carson Wentz. I want Carson Wentz legless after week 3. I'm not kidding. I cannot have Carson Wentz beating this team. There's no way I'm letting that happen. There's no way. If I see that happen, I'm going to go out of my mind. I'm going to be so pissed if they beat us week 3. I don't want to lose any games, guys. This roster is good. This roster is promising. I promise this roster is fantastic, guys. There is just so much we cannot waste this year. So much we can't waste. Jonas says, "What up, Joey Gannon is my suspect. I don't trust him. I don't trust him either. I don't trust him Monday night. I don't." Dyer says Cowboy season is over. I was sad to see Dak getting booed. And yeah, I don't want to hear one damn thing from Cowboy fans ever again about how bad Philly fans are. After that, watching that video of them the Cowboy fans are throwing stuff at an injured player. Have we even done that? Have we even thrown objects, trash at a injured player? Not even just a player going into the tunnel, an injured player going into the tunnel. I mean, that's just crazy. Like that's like rubbing the salt in the wound. I mean, that's like he's injured, and not like the last time when he messed up his ankle and like he got that big, he was applauded, for being okay, but he was still hurt, obviously. But that was pretty low, if you ask me. Mike said odds for on regular muffs punts on the Eagles to win the game. That would be nuts. Philly said he's not even this on the Eagles list, just trying to make more money because he knows the cap going up. He could probably make $65 million. That'll be a new going rate. JB says OJ Simpson was good with the GOAT. He really could slash the dice with his game. Dude was a killer. Ron says, dude, as Jalen Hurts play matches his mindset, he will be all-time great. I totally agree. That's only if that happens. So Hit Gritty says, EA, what's going on? Hit Gritty, what's going on, dude? I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Cinebanks blank Sheena. I miss Jim Johnson's style of defense. Dude, me and you both. God, get Vic Fangio in the building. Well, he's in the building. He's there. He's ready to go. I'm so glad Vic Fangio is in the building. Thank God. Thank God. We can recourse this whole thing if Gannon, I swear to God, if Gannon, I'm telling you right now, if Gannon makes some repetitive mistakes this Monday, if this defense plays weak, it is really going to piss me off. It really is. It is going to piss me off like there's no tomorrow.
We got a new member to the Shake Squad, Captain Tier. Thank you so much, man. Twan Eagles, do you still make videos, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time. Unless you've been making them, I haven't been seeing them. But, dude, I appreciate you becoming a member. You're going to love it here, dude. And I appreciate you coming in, dude. Thank you so much for becoming a member to the Shake Squad Army. Check out the memberships in the pinned comment for extra content. So, thank you so much, Twan Eagles 215. Where's Bears Shakes? Are you going to do any Madden simulations? Probably not this year, no. Probably not. I'm just so busy between my regular job, YouTube. I'm so busy during the week when I try to get videos in is like, it's tough. I try to make as much time as I possibly can, but it's tough, man. It's tough trying to get videos in. So maybe next year I will, but we'll see. Maybe later this year I will, maybe later, but I'm just trying to make time for other things. So I said, if Gannon starts his BS, I'm cutting the TV off. James said, I actually like the commander's name. It's better than having a fish name on a bird or a bird. I don't like the commander's name at all. I saw a damn video with what's his face in it. I think it was Jahan Dotson. He's like, Jahan Dotson, first commander. I'm like, I kind of cringed a little bit. Just a little bit. Their pump up video this year, like their pump up video for the season was pretty bad. I'm sorry. I couldn't, if I was a Commander fan, thank God I'm not. If I was, I couldn't get behind that name for any reason. I couldn't do it. I don't think I could actually do it. Hold on, I'm trying to fix my chair. My chair is messed up. I need a new chair. It was Michael. Did they throw stuff at him or they just booed him? Well, I'm talking about your own player. I'm talking about your own player getting hurt and throwing stuff at him. I don't care if it's another player from another team. I'm talking about like if the Eagles, like someone gets hurt and like the Eagles are throwing stuff at the player as they're hurt, leaving going into the tunnel. So they probably going to play some weak ass defense because most head coaches are super hard headed. They take forever to learn. Twan says, I got to start back, make a video. Dude, I hope you do, man. I used to watch your stuff all the time, man. I hope you do. Hope you free up some time and definitely do it. Free said, thoughts on green jerseys, white pants this week? I like it, man. I was ready for those green jerseys this week. I'm just here to say Vikings is going to whoop the Eagles this Monday night. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll see. It really depends on one thing in this game. Joe said, just remember the bet, Tubbs. Even if the Eagles start losing, not past second round playoffs, you and Philly got the wedgie bet. Love you. And the show is going to be a season. Yeah, it's going to be fun, man. It's only been one game. That's it so far. One game so far, and there's so much more to do. So much more to prove with this team. Philly D said, if Gannon struggles, I can see the switch of the bye week 7. You talking about hit by the bye week? Let me tell you something. If Gannon plays the same way until the bye week and they don't fire him sooner than that, yeah, problem. Game changer 16, I have to say it, but Cook and Madison are going to be tough to stop, and I don't even want to go into stopping J.J. Thielen and Osborne. They got beasts all over. They do. You gotta pressure Kirk Cousins. They got to get it done. John says, right at work, 12 hours be hard. Oh, yeah, dude. I get it. Dude, I get it. My normal day job is crazy too, man. It's tough for me to put in videos. It is. It may seem like I have no life on here, but I actually have a life. Just saying. Or somewhat of a life. So I get it. Matt, what's going on, dude? Joey, the Madden Sims was a legit move. Yeah, I get it. Just I got way too much going on, dude. I wish I can. Joseph says, I miss Jim Johnson. Ryan says, green jerseys, green pants, green socks. Did they actually say green socks, or are you just adding that in there? We got Roach says, Joey, I live in Pearland, Texas, and I took my son to see the Dallas game, and the through trash food and everything added until that own fan had to defend us. I don't give about Dak. Some people just, hey, look, if you're going, hey, look, I'm totally, if that's how you feel, totally fine with it. Like, I'm just saying I wouldn't be one of those people doing that. That's just me. I would never do that. Joe said they should have gone with the red tails or red something. Kept the same name or red part. Yeah, it'd be nice, but that's too late now. THP says, Theo, did you watch Darius Slay pivot episode? I did not. Rob says Howie did his thing during the offseason. Now it's up to Nick and company. OCDC playing simple. Jalen is baller. Fact. Yeah, I hope he is. And look, you have to remember, like, who hired Nick Sirianni? Howie Roseman, Jeffrey Lurie did. Okay, Nick hired his own coaching staff. This is Nick's staff. There's gonna be changes after this year. There's definitely gonna be changes. I mean, Steichen could end up leaving after this year. You never know. They could lose both coordinators after this year, or they could be losing their DC a lot sooner than expected. But you never know. Free says that guy spamming about Hurts gonna suck when he's pressured. He was literally pressured all last game, free rushes all over the place, and he played pretty well. Yeah, I thought he played pretty good. So I don't get why when he gets pressured that Jalen's gonna be exposed. I don't know how he got exposed. He got sacked. What did he get sacked? What, one time in that game? What was it? Once. Shug says if Jalen Reagor got hurt, we would have popped champagne. Yeah, we wouldn't be throwing anything at Reagor. Probably popping champagne. Jose says if things don't go well for Gannon, that's what's one name comes up for DC. Yeah, it's gonna be the guy that's a consultant with us right now, Vic Fangio. It's gonna be Vic Fangio. Brian Flores might be a name. I mean, those are two right there instantly. So it says coaching and schemes hold us back. The roster is there. I totally agree. They cannot waste it. They cannot waste it. I feel good about the offense going forward. I feel good about it. Okay, I don't care. Look, you had a receiver go 155 yards. The run game was pretty damn good too. The blocking for the run game was pretty good too. So I'm not even worried about that too much. And unless I have to worry about it later, but I think it looks pretty good right now. Want to see more Devontae Smith. Want to see more Quez Watkins. Want to see more from Dallas Goedert. I want to see more distribution. That's all. But when it comes to this defense, it's a problem. It's a big problem. We almost lost that game. We almost lost that game last week against the Lions. Almost. I mean, we let them come back to 35 points, and it was based off of that one run with Miles Sanders getting that first down to kind of end it there. Like, we would have been in trouble if we didn't get that first down, and you end up getting a lot of yards on that play. So, Game Changer 16 said, "How pissed are fans going to be if Reagor takes one to the house on a partner?" He ain't taking it to the house. It is not happening. Because he says how Hurts was playing way better than Tua in week one. Tyreek was saving Tua and Waddle as well. Tua literally overthrew Hill. I mean, Hurts did overthrow too, but it was like once Tua was doing it way more. Philly says, you guys are delusional. Everybody thinks the team is going to be blown out. The other team is only 1.5 point line last time I looked. No, I don't think we're blowing out the Vikings at all. I think it's going to be back and forth somewhat, but the Eagles, if the Eagles could get some pressure, I think they could stray away from that, make it a little bit of a, bigger lead by the second half or something. So we'll see. Joe says not our own player. Score prediction as of right now, I think. Oh, man. I think it will be, if the defense plays up to par, I think 28-24. Might be 28-24. That's what I have the score. I think it's going to be a close game. Reagor having a good game wouldn't surprise me with Gannon in charge. Phillies, yeah, you're probably right. Phillies, if you think that you should put like $100 on it, it would probably make you 10-1 if they beat the Vikings by 20 points. Joe says, I already bet Army friend is a Vikings. One of my friends is a Vikings fan, too. One of my friends is a diehard Viking fan. The Philly Shakedown is going to be tomorrow, guys. We moved it up a day because the game is Monday instead of Sunday. So usually the night before a game, we do a Philly Shakedown. I will be hosting the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night with Philly 500. And then obviously we'll have a post-game Sunday. I won't be streaming the game Monday because... yes, I will be at the game. It's the only game I'm going to this year. So, Isaiah says Garner Johnson game-winning pick would be fantastic, dude. Joseph says he didn't get sacked at all. No, he did. I thought he got sacked. I thought he got sacked one time during that game. Did he not? Am I seeing things, or did I not see him get sacked? I thought he got sacked in that game. This is JP says 53-12, 96-190. Joe says Hurts had to feed the hot hand. Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get he had to feed the hot hand. I mean, it was a big mismatch. He found a mismatch and took advantage of it. And he threw. I mean, here's the test. The test for Hurts this week is because of the
the Vikings are going to be disguising a lot of coverages. They're going to be playing a lot of zone. He's got to fit that ball in short windows. I thought he did that really well last week. He didn't have a lot of mid-tier throws back in 2021. I thought there wasn't enough middle of the field, but he caught A.J. Brown on some good there were some good catches there. So, yeah, he was sacked once. I remember that. Dodgers, I have the same feeling I had 2017 championship game. Hey, I'm taking it game by game, dude. I'm taking it game by game. I'm not going crazy with it. I got Rager fumbling. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. 0-0 tie. I really hope not. Rose says our offense has to keep us in the games until the defense and Gannon get it together. Yeah, but how much time is that going to take? That's the issue. Like, how long are we going to wait for that to happen? Like, that's the problem I'm kind of having right now. You know what I mean? I don't want to wait until the second half to make adjustments. That's the issue with Gannon. This game against the Lions was actually worse than last year because at least like in the first half we played horrible, didn't blitz, no stunts, no nothing. Second half he did relatively well, but there were some game. This game is like horrible first quarter. Second quarter was great with pressure and stunts, blitzes. Then that was it. 17-point lead, and he took his foot off the gas. And maybe in the fourth quarter, he blitzed maybe one or two times. It's just not good enough. It's not good enough right now. Not good enough for me. Suk said Vikings played a lot of shell coverage against Green Bay. Say Joe says Eagles 38, Vikings 17. Rashad Paris said Vikings corner Booth Jr. is supposed to be out. Yeah, he didn't practice. From what I read on the injury report, he didn't practice like for a day or two. So it looks like he might not play. I don't know. Jock says Covey's going to show Rager how to punt return. I'm excited for Britton Covey, guys. Like, he looked pretty good. Like, he looked good. He didn't drop any of those balls, which was good on punt return, but I feel like he's going to break one. I mean, even Michael Clay, the special teams coordinator, was talking about how much he looks just like a vet when he's returning punts. And I hope he breaks one for us. I do. I think he's going to have a good game. I hope he does. I hope he breaks one, even if it's one for 40 yards, like something that's not to the house. But I mean, I just want to see some production. That's it. That's it. 1 HP, one game at a time. That's how I go through it every single week. It's one game at a time. Phillips said beating any team by 20 points is a lot, even if you're playing a bad team like the New York Jets. Doctor says the Lions. Well, I hope we pissed off the Lions enough for them to beat the Commanders this week. I hope so. I really hope so. David, what's going on, man? He said the Viking scheme is just like the Eagles. You're going to watching us like a Spider-Man meme. Joe said he does need to spread the ball around. I think I'm not worried about him not spreading the ball around. I think everyone's going to get a catch. I think they will. I'm not worried about that. I haven't really been worried about the distribution of the football at all. I was kind of making a big deal about it after that Lions game, but I can't complain. We had a receiver go 155 yards. That's the only reason why, really. We had a receiver go 155 yards in this game. And we could have added more to it than that, really. So I get it. The run game was good. We had 4 rushing touchdowns. It's just crazy. Yeah, Bud Bennett says, for the love of God, JG, a.k.a. jacking games, more snaps, 490 and 17, and please keep Hassan in sweat hands and dirt, not chasing running backs and tests. Shaking my head. Jeff says, how sweet would it be if Covey returns a run for a touchdown, Rager just fair catches them all? It would be fantastic. And plus, Covey has Rager's number. HP's Des Bryant predicts Cowboys beat Bengals. Of course he does. Of course he does. He needs a job. He wants to say good things about the Cowboys, so he gets a job. Freddie says, so for the Houston game, which is on Thursday, why will the shakedown be on Wednesday? Well, because we usually do the shakedown the night before the game. So if a game is on Thursday, we'll have a shakedown on Thursday. If there's a lot of news out for that week, we could have one on Saturday as well. We could actually have one on Saturday too if we wanted. But because the day before the game, we'll probably have one on Wednesday most likely. So we'll have one Wednesday night and then have one Thursday night after the game. So Tari Eagle says, I'll be at the opener. Can I get a pick? Yeah, dude. Definitely, dude. I'll let everybody know where I'm at. I'll be chilling. I'll be there at like 6 a.m. I'll be there early, like 5:30, 6 a.m. all day Monday. So it should be fun.
I need to go to a game, get out of the house. Sometimes sit in the house too much, and I work. I come home, I sit in the house, make videos. That's pretty much what's been going on, and especially when it's busy like this, it's been kind of crazy. But I definitely get it, though. I definitely get it. We got Bub Benson, Eagles Nation, with new protests to get JJ, a.k.a. Jack on. Let's get short and get it Fangio or Greg Williams. Oh, it says, Joey, I'm a big time watching the Saints game, man. Got a toot for the Bucks. Saints got to lose. We got to watch the Saints. That's another team we have to look. I'll have update videos on the Saints, every 5-6 games. I'll probably put some Saints news up on how they've been doing, what that pick is going to look like as well. So, yeah, they got to lose more games. Hopefully it's not the Miami Dolphins situation where they won like 8-9 straight after losing one. And, that pick was kind of, at the end of the day, it worked out, so I totally get it. Rad says, I think the first bomb is to Quez because they're expecting Smitty to get an early target. Green Man Miller says, people forgetting this, still the same Kirk Cousins. He's reached his peak. We go and beat them. And plus they're giving him, I think, is he playing on a franchise tag this year or a fully guaranteed contract this year? So Kirk might be gone after this year, maybe. I don't know, depending on what they're doing at that position. But obviously, the head coach was a coordinator for Washington when Kirk was the quarterback here. So knows how to use them well. ECP723, what's going on? Will there be Monday night booing loudly? I'm going to record all that. If I hear Gannon chants, if I hear anything, it's going to be up. So Joe says, Green Kirk Cousins will come alive when your third string is in and he'll start dropping bombs. Jeff says, 4 more likes. Yeah, hit the likes up, guys. There's 200 people in the chat right now. Thank you so much for being in the chat today. Much love from me because we really don't stream that much. I know we just stream during the games, but we're going to have more streams next week. I'm going to add because I'm not going to be able to stream the game on Monday. So we're going to have more streams next week. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. Check out the pinned comment for to join the Shake Squad Army membership tiers just for extra content. And definitely check in, man. Hit those likes if you guys haven't. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. The support for this channel has been unreal. So I thank you guys so much. Fernando says, Hurts a running back. Hurts can't throw. Hurts only throws to Brown. People need oh my God, are people actually saying that? Dude, I don't go crazy on Twitter. I don't look what everyone's saying. Like, you see all my tweets, like they're mostly horror tweets. I talk about this and sometimes I talk about this. And obviously videos, I only talk about this. But, it's just, are people actually saying that he can only throw to Brown? Remember when AJ Brown during OTAs, when AJ Brown didn't have a reception in OTAs and people were like, oh, he can't throw to AJ. Remember that? These fans are ridiculous, dude. These fans really piss me off sometimes. They really do. Joe Guy says, just gave Joey Fatboy Shakes a like. We need 3 more, folks. Appreciate it so much, man. Tyler says, we will not lose back-to-back home openers. This game is all about defense, pressure. So says Joey Shakes, if you're going to see the Eagles home game before you go to the stadium, go to Herschel's East Side Deli. You could go get a pastrami sandwich. Yeah, I don't know all the spots, the good eating spots in Philly. I've been to Philly a million times, but HP says, Chase said Diggs is a little hit or miss. Yeah, I get it. 102, nice job. Good job, Fat Boy Shakes. I appreciate it, Joe. It's because of you guys. Green Man Miller says, Joe, you definitely got a good podcast. Keep going. I appreciate it, man. We work very hard at it, and we enjoy it, man. It's not professional. We talk football, and we have a good time. And it's nice to work with somebody that you're very good friends with, not just on the podcast or on the Eagles news, but off the field as per se in general. So it's really cool. So I appreciate the support, man. Twan says, if we double Jefferson and slow down Cook, we have a great chance. Yeah, I think we do. Just I work every day but Sunday. Well, that's good. I've had jobs where I had to work Sunday and listen to the Eagles on the radio during work. Dave says, Joey, what's up, bro? Just got done doing the oil and washing the truck. Hope all is good for you today. I'm doing good, Dave. I hope your work day was really good today, and I hope you're ready for Monday night. We're going to pounce on those Vikings this Monday night and get a win and become 2-0. Whether it's a sloppy game, ugly game, great game, perfect game. Rob over 5,000 said we need to get Will Anderson Jr. from Alabama next season to draft somehow, some way. I think, let me tell you, they go defensive line next year. There's no doubt about it.
with Javon Hargrave maybe getting an extension, I think Barnett's gone. I think Graham is gone. And I know Fletcher Cox is definitely gone. Jordan Davis takes the mantle. So I think that's definite. I think that could happen here. Joe says, I'll be watching the Bucks game. Jock says, Joey, yes, I remember that. JB says, Ohio State, 56 Toledo, 21 in the third quarter. Oates says, it's Big Sills who said Hurts only throws to Brown. Don't listen. Yeah, he's gotten a lot of, I don't know, a lot of fans do not like him. And from what I've seen on Twitter, I'm just saying I'm not saying I don't like him, but I saw a lot of people on Twitter bringing up some old news from Sills from years ago. And yeah, it wasn't too good. Oh, and I think we have an example of that. Nina, what's going on? Nina, Joey, bring the noise Monday night. We're getting that dub 31-27. I hope so. I think it's going to be a close game. I'm just talking about Sills, and I just remembered some of your comments on Sills' tweets and stuff on Twitter. I almost tweeted you and was like, what is going on right now? Like, I don't even know what's going on, but I was reading all that stuff. So there you go. Joe says, smash like, I appreciate it so much. JR Polk says, you think we draft running backs this year draft? No. I mean, I think we do. If Miles is gone, I'm already preparing myself that Miles Sanders is not going to be on this team after this year. I think they go in the rounds 3 to 6 and draft a running back that's going to be productive. I think you're not going to pay a running back a lot of money. It's not going to happen. With this offensive line you're going to have for over a decade, with Cam Jurgens become the new center for the Philadelphia Eagles, I think other than some depth they have to do at left tackle, maybe right tackle with Lane Johnson, I don't think you have to pay a running back that much money. I think they go into the draft next year and get a running back. And maybe either Gainwell becomes the number 1 or you draft someone to become the number 1 that maybe looks better. So we'll see. We got Brody Skates a bit. Says light work for the Birds, big offensive game. And it says excited about the Pinhead reboot. Yeah, I'm excited too. I'm excited for it. I'm kind of waiting for a trailer. We need to get Will Anderson. He scored pick 6. Jonas says, my God, did you hear that Vic Fangio and our Brian Flores could be the next DC? I guess Gannon screws it up. It could be. It could be, guys. I definitely think that it could happen. Joe says, you put out great content. Appreciate it so much, man. Dave says, that's right, bro. Go away with the W, no holds barred. Philly M says, if you do get a cheesesteak, please don't be like everybody else and go to Geno's or Pat's. Both spots, awful cheesesteak. That's what I heard. I heard like the hole-in-the-wall spots are probably the best spots for cheesesteaks. If you guys haven't checked out my video on the whole Lamar Jackson thing, my video is up for that if you want to see some just information on the Lamar Jackson rumors and stuff like that. So that video is up, so definitely check that out if you guys haven't. Hit that video up. Z-Ball said Adam Thielen is Bateman, half-point PPR. Tyler says, who are you worried about? Jefferson Cooks? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Dalvin Cook, Jefferson, Thielen. I mean, Alexander Madison. I mean, I'm pretty. It's a good offense. You got to get pressure on Kirk Cousins, man. You got to. Kirk is going to pick us apart if they can't get pressure on him. The link is going to be rocking in a good way or a really bad way Monday night. I'm going to find out. JB said, I only drink on the days and it was, oh, Jesus Christ. In a trade deadline, do we go after a running back? I don't know what they're going to do. Dillard could be a big trade target. They might trade him. Minshew could be a trade target. I mean, it just depends. I think there's definitely some things that they could do. So we'll see. Howie Roseman is always working the phones. Always. Yeah, no Philly. Philly shakedown's going to be Sunday. Since the game is Monday night, we moved it to Sunday. And we want to just keep – I understand like it's usually Saturday. But because the game is Monday, Sunday night will be the shakedown. I'll be hosting that. And then obviously the post game after Monday night will be for that as well. So, but said we have to play 90 and 17 more. Philly Ed says, Joey Shakes, if you want to make a bet on the game, the casino right down the block with Sportsbook Philly Live. That was like, Joey, what it takes to guarantee Eagles win. I thought you picked the Eagles to win. I do have them winning the game, but that really depends on our defense, to be honest. Master Sills is garbage, bro. I go to his show just to talk shit and start stuff. Ways be garbage. Imagine if we hire Fangio or Flores and get Will Anderson and Jalen Carter from UGA. Oh, man, I'm feeling 1991 defense Buddy Ryan era. I can't stand the man. I know.
I saw the whole thing that happened on Twitter. I was like, whoa, I was like, Nina's going crazy on this guy right now. Rob said Miles should be gone next year and we pick up 2 power running backs. Tyler says Dan Steele made it clear he is not an Eagles fan. He is only a commentator who has a love-hate relationship with the Eagles. But he's working for a station that's, I don't know. You don't have to be a fan of the team, I guess, if you work for the station, right? I guess. I don't really know, to be honest. Jock says, hell, Trey Sermon could be our number one. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Joe says, as long as we get the win, that's all that matters. Yeah, I don't even care, man. We're going into this game very healthy, too. So, for now, it says, my heart isn't ready for Kelsey retirement. I've been watching since I was 10. I get it. Trust me. It's going to be a tough thing to watch. She said, Joey can't wait till the new Halloween movie sucks. It's going to be the last one. It's not going to suck. What are you talking about? I just watched Halloween Kills last night, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, there's some issues with it, but I still love it. Come on now. Joseph Deese, what's up, Nina? Rob says, Will Anderson Jr. is the real deal. We must find the way. I think we will. There's no way they don't draft a defensive lineman in the first round. I can't see. From what's leaving this team, Brandon Graham's gone, Fletcher Cox is gone, Hargrave an extension, and Barnett off this injury is definitely gone. I have not watched the Kelsey podcast. No, I have not. Jeff says, imagine Covey in the end zone after return to celebration is a fair catch sign. Dave says, if they get pressure Cousins, he will hear footsteps all night, just like in 2017. I hope so, man. John says, I'm feeling 5 sacks. If we can get 5 sacks in one game, I'd be shocked. The way how we played against the Lions, if we get 5 sacks in this Monday night game, plus the crowd, plus the first home opener, and the guys are going to have more juice. And I'm telling you, if you can't get it, you can't play well defensively because of that, man. Jonas says, hey, everybody in the chat, give Joey, my guy Joey, the love that he deserves, always puts in the work day in, day out with his content. I appreciate it so much, Jonas. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, well, without you guys, this channel is absolutely nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's not going anywhere. So because of you guys, because of the upgrades to certain things, by the end of this season, by this season being done, I'm going to have a brand new setup at the end of this year. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I do appreciate all the support very much. Rob says 2 power running backs, another big monster without 6'3" or 6'4" stud. Fernando says there's no other team in the league that will be a team like how the Eagles beat them and have you feeling it. There's my 98-year-old grandma got stabbed for saying skull in Philly. Damn, that's horrible. I hope she's okay. Chris, the Vikings DC has been with Vic Fangio for years. Oh, is that right? Who's the Vikings DC anyway? I forgot. I honestly forgot who was the Vikings DC. Toy says D-line just got drafted. Enough of that. AT said the Eagles win Monday. Do you think we will be official contenders? Do you consider? I think it's a good. I mean, you win against the Vikings. I think you're looking in a good direction right now. Really depends how we win that game. Really depends how we win that game. You know what I mean? If the defense just can't not do anything the whole game and our offense is just like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I mean, I think they're, I wouldn't say contenders, but damn, I mean, that's a really good win. I'll feel really good going into week 3 against Washington in the first divisional game. No, I wasn't saying the movie sucks. I was saying that it sucks that it's going to be. Oh, okay. Well, a lot of people say it's going to suck. And I think it's going to be good. They brought in some new writers for it as well. So I think it's going to be really good. I spent $134 on Halloween Ends merch on t-shirt. I spent $134 on t-shirts. Yeah, I did. Why? Because I'm a psycho. So I want our defense to give us another pick 6. When you get those, it's momentum shifting. Granted, Gannon doesn't go softer than that. Aaron says, you do know Zimmer isn't coaching, right? No, Zimmer. No, me. Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about? I didn't say that. I know Zimmer's not the head coach. Yeah. Doc said, what sucks? Dallas is going to suck and draft Will Anderson. Giro says, I really want Will Anderson. Tony says, you need to boo if the Eagles don't pass for 2 touchdowns minimum. Birds fly south says, Eagles 5 from Louisiana. Dude, appreciate coming to the stream, man. Thank you so much. Chris says, have you guys forgotten Zimmerism, the Vikings head coach? Mohamed says, but we played Case Keenum in 17, then we played the Vikings. Philly said, hopefully the Eagles defense will play a lot better the next couple of weeks. And then at the trade deadline, maybe we can make a huge move. He thinks he can be in position to do something big in the playoffs. Yeah, maybe. If he thinks this team is going to, I think he only makes a move if they. I think I wouldn't say because if Roseman thinks we're going to the playoffs, I don't think that's the only reason why they make a move at the trade deadline. I think they make a move at the trade deadline. One, if we're playoff contenders this year. Two, I think if you're something futuristically going into next year, I think we'll make a move for that. So we'll see. Joe said Dan is a hater. Matt says, Joey got so famous you don't even text me back anymore. No, I'm really busy, dude. You're not the only one that texts me. I'm busy with I have a day job plus this. I'm busy nonstop, like every day, like no joke. But I'll catch you on the console hopefully soon. Rob said, Dave, agree 100%. Cousins can't handle pressure up the middle. Easy win for us. It's all a Gannon scheme playbook. And their center is pretty bad, guys. Their center gave up some pressures last week against the Packers. So they better get some pressure up the middle. But says, love my Eagles fans. We different loyal. That is truth, bro. Gabriel says, I really want Will Anderson as an Alabama and Eagles fan. Dr. Q68 says, you should podcast in the link. Yeah, it would be fun. It'd be fun. I'm not a big interview type. You know what I mean? Like, I'll have people on this channel and stuff, like, and talk Eagles. But, maybe down the road if I feel more comfortable with it. Boomer goes to Dynamite. I never liked Skull. I was layaways more of a Copenhagen guy. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I like Copenhagen as well, but you don't really get them good up north. I like getting it down south more because I wasn't trying to see the movie suck. Tony says Vikings aren't a playoff team. Hurts real test versus playoff teams. Hurts is 115 against playoff team. I get it. I get it, guys. Trust me. I get it. We got to understand it was the first game. I totally get it. Trust me, I made kind of a big deal, and I kind of put a post out saying I hope I know I was being kind of like over the top about things, but I'm just going off of what I saw, and that was it. I know it's the first game jitters. I totally get it. John said, I want to see regular drop or punt returns for a safety. Let's see. Fernando says Detroit reminded me of 2008 Chicago Bears, and they whoop in Washington. I would love to see the Eagles get off of one of the first-round pick at the trade deadline if we think we in position. Joseph, I'm good. Can't wait till Monday. Philly D said, Will Anderson might be the number one pick. Don't see Dallas being that bad. Bobby says, Joey, do you know Zimmer isn't the Vikings? I didn't say Zimmer was the head coach. Did I say Zimmer? Because I know Zimmer's not the head coach. It's the guy that worked for Kirk Cousins in Washington. I forgot his name. It's the head coach that worked with Kirk Cousins in Washington. I don't think I said Zimmer at all. I don't remember saying Zimmer at all. Wayne says, I need to see more snaps of Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean, and I'm tired of seeing Sweat and Reddick on coverage. Yeah, I mean, you're going to see that, and I have no problem with that, but I think you're going to have more of Reddick being a pass rusher than in coverage. That's just me. I don't think it's going to be a 50-50 balance. I think he's more of a rusher. That's just me, though. Joe said, we will set the sack record on Wentz. I hope so. Oh, said, imagine we beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Damn 5 straight Super Bowl losses for the Bills. That sucks. Bud says, Joe, if you could go back, would you take Micah over 6? A lot Eagles fans would, not me. I had Devontae on my phone. I wouldn't. No. Because we were kind of looking for that receiver for a long time. And I think out of that draft, even when we came out of that draft, besides I don't know, maybe a couple guys, but I think you have one of the best route runners in the NFL. I think you do. And the Eagles have to exploit him and exploit what he could do. So I feel very comfortable. Kevin O'Connell. Thank you. Kevin O'Connell. Shout out to Chris. Chris says Bradbury gave a few pressures, but played his best game as a Viking. Only person to give up a sack was their rookie, Ed Ingram. We got a super chat for Matt Ruiz. Thank you so much, man. He says, I'm just messing with you, man. I know your buddy. We'll hit that box up sometime soon. Have a good stream. It's dinner time. Fly go slide. Dude, enjoy your night, dude. We'll talk soon. We will talk soon. Wedge piece of Aiden Hudson going sack Wentz tomorrow. Ron says, you think C. Lamb better than either AJ or Smitty? Just curious. I think Lamb is overrated because he plays for Dallas and wears 88. That's just me, though. As good, I don't know if he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be as good as Devontae Smith, but I still think he's really good. You know what I mean? I feel like, and I don't know, he didn't look good in that first game. And I feel like
he can't be that number one guy. I mean, look, I know we can all say, well, he didn't have another good receiver with CeeDee Lamb. He needs another good receiver on the field for him to make plays. It's obviously it's going to be better for defenses to scheme against them because CD is the only threat that they have offensively, besides maybe Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield. That's not really much of anything anymore. But could we say that about AJ Brown? If Devontae Smith didn't play in that game, could AJ Brown still have a good game? And I think he could, to be honest with you. We heard that from AJ Brown. He's deleting all his social media or deactivating his social media. He doesn't want fans telling him that he's good or he's playing good. Like, he's totally, I mean, I love this guy. I mean, he's getting paid 25. He's getting paid whatever he's getting paid a year. He's one of the highest paid receivers in the league now. So, I mean, from that mindset of what he's getting paid, I mean, he doesn't want to hear nothing from nobody. He wants to go into every game with a fresh start, and he's going to just ball out for us. So, the Tires say, who is your top 3 players that need to have a big game? Top 3 to need a big game? I mean, it could really be anybody. I mean, you could say you could pick and choose your favorites. I mean, I want Devontae Smith to have a big game this game. I want Quez Watkins to have a big game. I want Miles Sanders to have an even bigger game this game. I mean, I need Jordan Davis to have a big game. I need Fletcher Cox or Javon Hargrave to have a big game. Josh Sweat needs to really do better on the edge this game. Like, there's a lot that a lot of players need to have big games. I mean, you pick and choose whoever you want, really. So, Jock said Jalen Hurts will have a better year than Kyle Murray. Mark it down. Hey, he could. Brian said anything less than NFC Championship game is a letdown season. We are stacked. Yeah, I mean, look. If they win a playoff game or two, like, we'll see what happens. But is it NFC Championship or bust? I don't know about that. It just depends what happens. Depends if Gannon's still here. If it just really depends on a lot of things. But they have to win the East. They have to win a playoff game, not just get to the playoffs. They have to win a playoff game for what they have in this room right now. I think so. Joe says we needed Devontae. I totally agree. We need speed. We needed good route running, and I thank God Nick Sirianni is a former wide receiver and loves wide receivers, so that's a good thing for us. So, 2020 vision, what's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. Tyree says 34-31 Eagles. Joseph says, I agree, Jock. Steve says, so Sirianni doesn't call any of the plays. No, Shane does. Sirianni will make adjustments offensively if things aren't working up with matchups. He will make the adjustments, but Steichen calls the plays. Oh, actually, no, yeah. I'm right. Because I got confused. The Lions game, he was holding a playbook, and they said something on TV, and I heard it wrong, and I said it wrong on stream. Steven Wu says, who's covering JJ? I mean, I think Slay is, right? I mean, I think Slay is man to man. I would expect, I would think, I would hope. So we'll see. Okay, Zacharias Lopez says, do you think Gannon will actually adjust his coach? I don't have faith that he's going to switch it around. No. I wish I could say yes, but I don't think he's going to. So I don't think he is. That's just me. I want to say he's going to, but that's just me. And I think I'm going to want him fired after this game. Like, this is going to be the perfect week. If they lose this game, it'll be the perfect week to get him out of here, because it's still wide open. Just because you lose this game, it's the second game of the year. It's not over with, but you got to make a move. You have to make a move. I will have videos up to wazoo if this defense plays that horrible. Box Eagles 38-10. Vikings have a rookie head coach. Kirk is 2-19 on Monday night. Bobby says Kirk is 2-19 Monday night. Steven says Marcus Epps played pretty good week 1. I thought he played great. I thought he was very physical on his tackles. I mean, there was one coverage that a reception on it was a big third down play. I think it was in the second quarter. But I mean, other than that, I thought he played pretty good. 2020 says Devontae Smith needs to get more physical and get open quicker. No, I don't think so, dude. I just think I don't think he was really on anybody else. Okuda was on Devontae Smith. It's not like Devontae Smith wasn't open, but at the same time, I think just A.J. Brown just had the matchup for the night. I don't think there's anything wrong with Devontae Smith at all. I don't think that was the case. He couldn't get open. So you're saying Quez couldn't get open, Dallas Goedert couldn't get open the whole night either. I mean, you could say that to almost any receiver that we had. So, but the six about to have a breakout game. Watch, glad we took him over, Micah. Yeah, I totally agree, bud. I totally agree with that. Joe says the Cowboys will have a terrible season. Dak already out for the half season. Mark Holmes is going to lose it. Last year was their year. I totally agree. I mean, I thought 2018 was their year too, again, when they won against the Seahawks in the playoff game. I think that was their year as well, and they screwed that up. But yeah, last year was definitely a year they could have done something. Chris Platt says 2-9 on Monday night, not 2-19, not a whole lot better, but has won the last two. Josh said a great night. College football and TV and muted and listening to Joe. I appreciate it so much, man. Joseph says Smith hurts Sanders. Ryan with Dak going down. Are we clear cut winners of the East? Wentz and Barkley both looked exceptional week one. No, I don't think we're clear cut at all. I think Washington is sneaky good right now. I think Washington, if Washington's on a hot streak right now, we'll find out when they face the Lions, but I think Washington is going to be sneaky good this year. I think that Washington is definitely a threat to us because I think Carson Wentz was a huge upgrade for them. I think with that wide receiver core, the offensive line, I think their running backs are ridiculous. Like Carson Wentz is in a better situation with Washington and a better offense than he was with the Colts. So it's going to be interesting. Here's the way I said 22 Vision was open quickly. Watch Breaking the Birds YouTube video. Smith and versus Lions September 17th. Smith was definitely open quickly. Hurts just didn't look to feature him. Yeah, and there were some issues. I thought Hurts was eyeing down one receiver the whole time. Sometimes too, like those read options kill me. Those RPOs kill me because they just make it so they make that offense so predictable and they do it the whole entire game. JB says, I hope the Eagles draft Mike Steak, tackle John. That's not even true. I looked that up. To see if that was true. That was not true at all. Coffee Brown said, Vikings fan here. The Eagles suck. Thank you, Coffee. I appreciate it so much. Coffee. You want some coffee? Jesse says, bro, would sign Fangio or Brian Flores as DC. Oh, trust me, those videos will be coming out if they don't. Those videos will be coming out if Gannon can't get it right this Monday night. Fly Parks again, feeling a lot of heat this week. He is going to change his scheme up this week, guarantee. We'll see. I'm telling you right now, we will see. I better see a different team. You're playing your home opener Monday night. You are going to get booed. It's going to happen if he doesn't get this defense situated. 2039, I said the passing game will be set around Brown, Smith, and Goddard. I expect Quez to be starved this season. I agree. Anthony Diego, what's going on? He says Green Bay was horrible. Their offense couldn't score from the one, and the defense left Jefferson open all game. We are going to beat the Vikings. I hope so, dude. Dollar says if you see our cornerbacks, giving the wide receivers 10 yards, we will lose. Yeah, well, yeah. If you take those corners, put them to 8 to 10 yards off the line, and these linebackers aren't even blitzing, and your defensive line is going to get gassed. They're going to be tired. The rotation is going to get gassed. The whole entire, whether it's first, second lineups, it's going to get gassed. Then it's too late. I think he will. Bud says, please, JG, a.k.a. Jack and James Warren, 1790. Please, brother, please. For now, imagine being a Vikings fan and thinking that they're going on Monday. Coach said JJ is going to be open all day. We'll see, dude. We'll see. Joey, I'm praying we don't get Lamar Jackson. I don't even care about that right now. Like, why is that news coming out? Because Lamar Jackson said something? Like, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Gonzalez says Vikings fans are really talking trash about the Eagles, but I guess they don't remember when we beat them in the NFC Championship game and win the Super Bowl in their home stadium. Yes, sir. Nina says, I believe Devontae has a nice game Monday. I hope so. I hope they distribute the ball a little bit more. I don't think it's going to be A.J. Brown all game. I don't think that's going to happen. Like I said, it's only the first game. Yeah, Epps played great. I have not seen Barbarian yet. I heard it's really good, though. Hurts was just feeding the hot hands. What's going on, Sonny Terranova? What's going on, dude? Joe says Cowboys always do cowboy things. Kobe said our quarterbacks is better than the Eagles. Kirk Cousins, no. Kirk Cousins is not going to get you anywhere. At his time of his career, he's not going to get you anywhere. You might not even have Kirk Cousins after this year from all the guaranteed money he's making this year. So
I don't know about that. Since being on the Vikings, he hasn't done a damn thing. So I don't want to hear about he's better than Jalen Hurts. Think about getting him to a Super Bowl or getting him to an NFC Championship game, which is never going to happen with Kirk Cousins. So that's what I would think about first before thinking about one game. Think about your franchise as a whole and where it's going. Well, HP said I could see the Eagles give Kaiser White a new contract. Yeah, I think that's possible. I think they give Kaiser White a new contract. I think Edwards is gone. They moved Dean up to the middle linebacker position next year, and they get it done. Cowboys fans bring up shit from 30 years ago. Billy said Vikings are an average team at best. Not that we worry about this game except Gannon. That's really it. Barron says Hassan Reddick will have a good day. I hope he does, man. I hope they get some type of pressure, and I hope they have to get some sacks in this game. They got to get pressure on Cousins, man. They get pressure on him. It's done. Eddie Price says, "What up, Joey? Go Eagles! What's going on, dude?" Blaze says, "Do you think that we could beat the Vikings without blitzing? Would you trust our secondary alone versus Justin Jefferson?" Two-part question. I apologize. Do you think that we could beat the Vikings without blitzing? No, you can't. It's not going to happen. Would you trust our secondary alone versus just Jefferson? I for the personnel, yes. Personnel, I think we have the personnel to defeat the Vikings defensively, but playing prevent and being off the line and not blitzing all game. I mean, if you have a 4-man pass rush that's getting to Kirk Cousins all the time and you're not blitzing, then great. If it works, great. But I don't think that's going to happen at all. I feel like they're going to have to blitz in this game. Robert 59000 says the front line, the backs need to create a better pass protection. Jay is allowed them to spread the ball around other receivers. If Father of Time caught up to Kelsey, then we need the rookie. Christine says now Halloween movie is over. They could make another Jason. They been doing this for Halloween movie or maybe Freddy Krueger. I think we're gonna get some Friday the 13th news after this year. So we could have that news, which obviously it's one of my favorite franchises. So Joe said JJ will only have 4 catches. Lil Momu says, I don't think Howie has much power in the lineup, but if Gannon uses Reddick wrong, the example of imagine Howie would tell him, I'm paying this guy to sack the QB, not cover. Exactly. But I know, but that's what he did with Arizona, what he did with Carolina. I mean, he was more of an edge rusher than he was in pass coverage, but he has no sacks yet. 23.5 sacks in 2 seasons, the past couple seasons, and not even a sack yet. Not even a sack. Fletcher Cox has the only sack off a drop ball by Jared Goff. I mean, that's how embarrassing it is right now. That's how embarrassing this is. Pretty bad. Chris said the Vikings team is stacked most postseasons positions. Whatever said they are average and not paying attention to far for in a long time. They have good coaches. They do. But to remember the Giants game when Rager closes out, yeah, that was when I was done. That was the moment, those 2 catches that he dropped. That's when I was done. Just our defense will make a statement. He says John Gannon needs to use the talent that we got in the offseason. Sonny says Eagles have a better offense, low-key, better O-line, receiving core, and tight end. Vikings got a QB and running back. That's it. Kyrie Ward says, I'm coming to do a game, and it's on my birthday. Oh, dude, well, happy birthday, man. I hope you have a good day. I hope it's a good day for all of us. Billy said, I wonder if Max and Johnson would switch positions if things don't click. I don't think they have any interest in putting Max as a safety. I don't think so. Joe says Hargrave will get assigned. I think Hargrave will get signed, and they'll save money out of it too, which is good. Chris says, Sonny Terranova, thanks for the laugh. It should be good. We have 201 in the chat. We've been in the stream for 2 hours, 13 minutes. Thank you so much for coming in. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. Like the stream. Hit the like button for the stream, guys. It does help out the channel out a lot. Keep hitting that like button. Check out the pinned comment for joining the Shake Squad Army as well for extra content up there. Very cheap tiers. So definitely check those out too. It's fun, guys. It's going to be a fun year. Monday night's a big game, guys. It's a really big game. So I'm hoping to get out of this. I hope this defense lives up to par this weekend. I hope it does because I really need them to play well. If you guys haven't checked out my video for the Lamar Jackson news that came out, definitely check out my channel as well for the Lamar Jackson stuff too. So that video is out. Tomorrow there'll be no content. Tomorrow I'm going to watch some games. I'll be at a hotel and stuff, so I'll be watching some games tomorrow. And then Monday we'll have. Oh, actually, we'll have the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night. Sorry, I'm blanking right now. The Philly Shakedown will be tomorrow night, and then And then obviously Monday we'll have the game. I'll have a post stream by myself, and then we'll have the Philly Shakedown Monday night as well. So it's going to be. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to whoop some ass this Monday night. I'm just ready. Ready. Nah, Thielen's getting old, man. Thielen might be off this team soon. Like Thielen's just getting old. You know what I mean? He's getting up there in age. You know what I mean? So they're going to have to replace, and that's why they drafted Justin Jefferson, because they had to replace him sooner or later. He'll be replaced. You know what I mean? So no matter how many more years he's going to be on that team for, unless they want to draft another receiver for the future. So who knows? So, we'll see. He said, what would be different if Rager had caught one or both of those balls versus Giants? Would he still be? I don't know. It depends on the offseason. It depends how they feel. I don't think winning that game was going to be enough. That game wouldn't have been enough. He would have been the hero. We would have been happy about it. And he would have been the hero for that night. But to me, it wouldn't have replaced anything. You know, I don't think it makes a difference, to be honest with you. Like one game, great. 4 touchdowns for the year. Would have been 4 touchdowns for the year. Great. But that's it. You said joining a vision breaking the bird showed 11 minutes of just Smith getting open. What are you talking about? You didn't watch the video I was referring to. Leon Go Hard says, Gannon scares me this game. Me and you both, bro. Me and you both. He scares the crap out of me, too. Sonny Terrell said the Eagles have the better overall receiving core. I agree with that. 2020, I said it last season, the O-line is great run blocking scheme, average and pass pro. We'll give it another game, dude. They played one game. You know what I mean? Like, until they got to fix up the mess. Kelsey even said his press conference, like, yeah, we got to fix some things. We gave up. There was too many pressures. So you said Viking stats are skewed on offense paying, and they play more than half the games in a dome. What time? It's going to be 9 o'clock tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. Chris said, and we still have KJ Osborne, who is going to be feasting this year. Colin said, hey, Joey, the game versus the Vikings will be true test to see how we play against the playoff team. Yeah, we'll see, dude. We'll see. It's up to Gannon. If Gannon pans this game out, we should be perfectly fine. So, but I don't know. The defense is definitely making me nervous a little bit. So we will find out. We will see by the time. So we'll do a couple more, guys, and I'm going to head out. I'm leaving for Philly tomorrow. I'll be at the game Monday, but we'll have the shakedown tomorrow night, and it should be a lot of fun. We'll be ready to go. And that's pretty much it. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern's the shakedown tomorrow night. Well, HP said Jordan Hicks plays for the Vikings, Joey, a lot of former players. Yeah, I know. I said it earlier in the stream, dude. I don't think Jordan Hicks has been back to Philly ever since he left. Killer Ghost says, let's go, Joey. So stoked for Monday. Yeah, dude, I'm pumped. Ryan said, if we can get this W Monday and get Washington, Jack, Arizona, and Dallas before our bye, how many wins do you expect to see us grab the bye week? I think we could go 5-6. Yeah, they could lose one game. I think they can lose against Arizona. I don't know, but I feel like they could be 5, and I feel like they can go 6-1. Was it 5-1? 5-1, right? Or is it 5-1? Yes. I'm getting confused on when the bye week is. Wisby says, my bad, I came late stream. No, you're good. You're good, bro. You're good, man. And everyone knows that the Vikings is going to have a great game against the Eagles. You're saying the same thing over and over again. Why don't you bring up something else, dude? It's weak, bro. Your troll job is weak, dude. I don't know what you're doing. But you're saying the same thing every 2 seconds, which makes no sense at all. No sense. Greasy Fight says, Hurts blows it. Joe said, we honor our words here, lineman to lineman. Salute, Joey. Fatboy Shakes. You guys start losing, you don't change up. The bet is on. I'll let Mark Holmes know. And we'll find out if that bet is actually going to happen, but we'll see. Baron said, I'm more terrified of Cook than Jefferson, honestly. All right, Rob said, good night, Joey. Much love to all Eagles. Appreciate it so much, dude. Jock says, Joey is going to see the new GAM Blitz package in person. Yeah, I'm going to see it in person. I'm going to find out with my own 2 eyes what they don't see off the camera. We'll see what happens. I think we could lose against the Vikings. Good to see you lose against Washington before the bye week. I don't know. We losing the next 2 games? No way, dude. No way. I'm betting on the Birds, man. They win in this Monday night. The Eagles are NFC contenders this season. You guys are greasing light pulls again, be honest. Sonny said Vikings got fan base. Oh, my God. You're good, Coffee. You're good, man. I know you're just doing your thing. I get it. Shakes, what's with our conditioning of our team? They look gassed after each quarter. The team needs to be stopped. It's this stupid offseason we had with these light practices, not hitting enough, bad tackling, not hitting equals bad tackling. The defense looks out of shape. The defensive line looks out of shape. That's just the truth to it all. The truth to it all. But other than that, guys, that's it. We have 180 in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Like the stream before you leave. It does help out the channel a lot, guys. I really do appreciate it. And we will see you guys on the next one, the Shakedown tomorrow night. It should be a lot of fun. I'm ready for it. If you guys are going to be at the game, let me know, too. I will be at the game. I'll have my 72 Eagles jersey on. It says Joey Shake 72 on the back, so you can't really miss me. It's a 72 jersey if you're there. If you see me, come say hi. We're going to be chilling out. And I love you all. Thank you so much. Check out my Lamar Jackson video, by the way. It's definitely something you have to watch. A little bit of a rant in there, but definitely check it out. All right, guys, like the stream. I'll see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow night, Philly Shakedown. All right, guys, you guys have a fantastic day. SHAKESQUAD up, follow side. Peace out, guys. Peace.